Alright, hey, this is Roleplaying with Roleplaying Public Radio. We're playing Eclipse Phase. This episode is going to be called The Manor. And Bill is making a lot of assumptions, and they're all incorrect, whatever they are. So, we're going to be doing a short, well, we'll see how long it is, tutorial scene. I don't want to judge things. So, before we even get into characters, we do have 4 players here. Bill, Melissa, Renee, and Jason. And all of you awaken. Yeah, no, you all just instantly come. You're awake, you're alert, you're conscious, and you feel, well, you don't feel anything at all. You see what appears to be the interior of a wooden cabin. There's a window there's no glass in it. It's just an opening in the cabin that shows a grassy meadow. Blue skies, cloud. It looks like a nice day outside. There is an easel. There's a painting. It looks like a woman in a straw hat. There are, paints and other brushes on a table nearby.
What style painting?
That's the other thing. As you start thinking and trying to be aware of your surroundings, you realize all of you are disembodied. You have no presence. You have no body. And do you remember your names? Do you remember? You start thinking, like, what is that? Who is that woman? What era is that? And that's when you all hear a voice. It says, hi. My name is Cyrock Mark 9. I am an infiltration unit. It's very important to know that what you're seeing, this is the video feed from a SPIME, which is a term used to describe a small surveillance unit piece of technology. The SPIMEs are everywhere in this habitat. Bill,
Cyrock is our Clippy.
Hi there. Do you have a name? Clippy, I'm not familiar with that term. Are you an archaeologist of ancient terminology?
Yes.
Oh, you are. Do you have a name? Oh, you don't remember? It's okay if you don't remember. It's okay if you don't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
There are 4 of you right now. And you may not be aware of it. Right now, you're all egos that I have sort of copied from a server nearby. I don't know your names. I only have file names, which aren't very helpful. All I know is I sort of sorted by sanity and cooperativeness in terms of your traits. And I'm hoping you can all help me with something, because I assume you all want to have bodies back again, and you want to find out who you are and where you should be, right? You can all talk.
Yes.
So when you say sanity, do you mean most or least?
Most. Because mental stability. High mental stability.
Okay.
So we're very stable.
Yeah.
And very cooperative.
That's what the file said.
Sheeple.
Yeah. That's how I filtered the egos by. That's what your brain. Right now your brain, what you're perceiving, your consciousness is a computer file being processed through my. I'm in a synthmorph body, a robot body. The disguise is something inside this cabin, and because I'm hiding, I snuck into this place. I'm not supposed to be here, but something has gone wrong here, and I'm trying to.
In this SPIME?
SPIME. The SPIME is a little video camera built into the cabin. There's lots of SPIMEs, however. I just want to give you a little visual. I found multiple bodies that I can put you all in. I'm hoping you can use these to.
Multiple bodies?
Where did they come from?
Where does what come from?
The bodies.
Well, some were manufactured, some were grown in vats. Some were both. Yeah.
Okay.
Are these bodies new or used?
They're all they've all been used, but they're all very new. There's no egos in them right now. They're all kind of on standby. So I know this is all very disconcerting.
So do you control us?
No, I'm just out right now. You're all running on my server, which is why you can't maybe access all your memories yet. So that I can't really fully. I don't have enough computer resources to fully render your minds yet.
So when you say used, how many city miles do these bodies have on them?
I'm not familiar with that term right now. I'm sorry, my mind is slowing down too because of I'm running off your brains as well on my brain. I know that's very if you run too many programs on a computer. You're all, it slows down, right?
Yes, I am familiar with your metaphor.
Okay, good. So, below us, this is a this place, it looks real, but it's partially real, but part of it is an augmented reality illusion. I'll show you this I'll turn off the sky right now. So you look at the sky through the window, and then instead of seeing clouds and a blue sky and forest in the distance past the meadow, it just blanks out, and you see just a green. You realize you're in some sort of dome. It looks like colored green, like a green screen dome. And then he flicks it back on. See, some of these things are real. Like the cabin itself is real, the grass is real, but certain other things are only on augmented reality illusions.
I really need to stop getting baked and watching Star Trek.
Oh wow, you must be an archaeologist, even or a historian. So there are multiple bodies. Here I'll switch to another spawn. So you flick over, your vision flickers for a moment, and you see outside the cabin, there's a little creek that runs by the cabin, and there's a woman who is dressed in you think strange clothing, you can't really read. It's like a long white dress, kind of plain looking, and she looks like she's washing clothes in the creek. Okay, so that woman's been doing that for several hours, and she seems to be stuck, but I realize she's not just, it's not just a robot piloting that. It's called a podmorph. It's a robot with flesh wrapped around it to make it look human, but it's not really. So one of you, I found the vision flicks over to the cabin to another view, but you couldn't see before. There's a bed on the other side of the cabin, and there is a woman lying asleep the woman in the straw hat. This is a replica, an heirloom morph of Elizabeth Louise Vigie Lebrun. She was Marie Antoinette's portraitist and a famous artist, and this is a copy of her. Anyways, this is a podmorph too. Again, a robot with flesh body. But I can put one of you in that body, and the problem is we need to open what's a system called the staircase that opens access to this facility. I have friends on the outside of this place who can get us out of here, and they can get you real bodies and real names, and you can find out everything that's happened to you. And because this is a place that should not be, it's run in secret, and people are doing bad things here. But we're
kind of bad things.
Well, we'll get into that later. Don't worry about that right now. Part of this facility is
about that right now.
It's fine to be. This part of the facility is done for market research for resorts for the rich. So they were testing what's called the pre-French Revolution or French aristocracy. I'm not sure what all those things are, but it was stylized to this, and this was sort of a place where they could test out this theme for a resort for rich people to go to. So they manufactured grass, they manufactured costumes and all kinds of things, and they were doing tests to see how people responded to it. But something went wrong below this part of the facility, and they locked everything down. Now my problem is, even though I can hack and I can move my digital consciousness, my ego around, there's some sort of blind spot in all my sensors, and I realize there's some sort of security system that I'm not sure what it is, and I'm not sure if if it detects my presence, if it might not find my actual robot body and destroy me, and that would be bad. So
Do you know where you left your robot body?
Oh, it's in here. It's in the cabin. I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is because in case you get captured, I don't want them to
Plausible deniability.
Yeah, so that's why you four come in, because you don't know a whole lot, and so even if you get caught, you can't.
Gee, thanks.
Well, you were in cold storage. That means you're kind of in a virtual death. Your files were not being run, so you didn't experience anything. So it was kind of. So this is better than that. Than nothingness.
It remains to be seen. I feel like there are a lot of Buddhists out there that would disagree with you.
God, you really do have access to a lot of weird memories.
Oh, come on. Manjapa still knew about Buddhism. It's a thing.
Who's Manjapa?
That was out of character.
It's all a character. So there's a couple other bodies. There's one below us. There's that's sort of a service tunnel network, and there's a robot body in there that someone can go in there and see what's going on in there. And I think that there's access to a nanofabricator, and so maybe that person can help other people do things. He switched the view to the other side of the cabin, opposite the creek, and you can see in the distance there's like a palatial manor, very fancy looking. In there's another podmorph. that's styled as a duelist. And he, I think, has access to the outer door to this facility, or to this part of the facility. You see, I need to get out of this part of the facility so I can open the staircase to let my friends in.
Physically?
Yes, yeah, physically. This is all real. This is not simul space. They're augmented reality illusions, and there's some sort of blind spot in all the sensors and everything. And I'm not sure what this blind spot conceals.
Simul space is like the internet for VR.
Yeah. It's Lawnmower Man. Why did I do that? Why would that reference ever? So, and then finally, do any of you have any good info security skills, hacking? Because there is another server on here. And if someone else could try and go in and access that as an infomorph.
I mean,
yeah.
I computers.
Computers?
That's why, yes, that's my nerd reference.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I actually was a historian of the early internet era.
Oh, yeah, if you have good infosec skills, then you can access the server and see maybe get more information to help. If we can open the door and then get me to past the outer door, then I can open the staircase and let my friends in. And then you all can be rescued as well and find out who you are. Do any of you remember your names now? Is anything coming back? Do you remember your life before the fall? Or before, well, I don't even know. Do you remember the fall? No?
Nope.
Okay.
The what?
No bells ringing.
Okay.
I mean, do you mean like Adam and Eve eating the apple? Because,
yeah.
I mean, that was the fall.
Wow.
Or do you mean the season?
Your mind
so, which one?
Your mind is very interesting.
I am sure the same has been said about you.
Oh yes, there have been a lot of versions of me. I've been forked quite a few times.
Ladies.
So there's a social sort of information. If you can find that information for that woman washing the clothing, there's a sort of a general utility. You could help other people maybe by accessing other software or build the machines or tools or weapons for other people. Then there is a duelist. There are two duelists there, but I can only sleeve one of you into one of the duelists. So, do you have a name?
I'm sure I do.
Do you want me to just give you a name?
No, I can choose my own.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you want to try that? Any of these out? It would be really helpful. Or if you have questions, I'll be happy to.
Lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll put you into that. The first thing we'll be doing is lucidity tests because being put into a body is a little jarring. So we'll assume your character has 50 lucidity. That's basically your sanity in a Delta Green system. So roll a personal dice, see if you roll above or below 50.
50.
So there's no way you can roll under 50. You need this one as well.
Oh.
Actually, you could roll 0, which would still be
Nah.
4 off the table.
4 off the table.
Now we're really sealing the end gap.
4. All right, so that's over.
Sorry, I don't bend well right now.
So you lose 4 lucidity, as it is very jarring to be put into a physical body and have sensations. You can feel a cool breeze on your breath. Your name in this morph will be Elizabeth, but I mean,
I thought that was the other one.
Well, that's no. The woman washing the clothes. I don't know what her name
The
is.
painter's name's Elizabeth, which is you.
Yeah,
The one that
you're
was laying on the bed in the cabin. You need to go talk to the washerwoman.
Yeah.
Who is not the painter. Oh, I thought I was in the washerwoman.
No, she's busy already having an ego in her.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah. So you can go talk to her. Have you thought of your name yet?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to give you a name?
No.
Okay. I'll just use your internal reference number.
I'll help people. I'll go make things.
Okay. I'll put you in it's called a case morph. It's a cheap. Well, it's a quickly manufactured robot body. So same thing for you. You assume your lucidity is 50.
36.
36. All right, you're fine. You seem maybe this is familiar to you. You don't have sensations. You have sensors. That sort of give you the temperature. There's your robot vision clicks on, and you're in a smooth metal corridor. In a little alcove to the side of it. You step out. To the right, you can see a blast door that's been put down. And we'll make a perception check. Assume your perception, this is 60%. Perception is the alertness.
Is perception.
55.
All right, 55. That's very good. Yeah, doubles are critical successes if you succeed on the skill roll, or failures if you rolled poorly. So if you rolled over your skill, so that's a critical success. So the 55, you notice there are rows of small objects, each one about the size of a shotgun shell, lining the bottom, the floor, either side of the floor. But you recognize them instantly. They are what they call, nanohives. They're little, basically tiny factories that produce nanomachines. And little AR tags come on and indicate that these are Guardian Swarm nanohives, which means they produce nanomachines that, find unauthorized nanomachines and destroy them. So, for example, there are nanoswarms that are called disassemblers, that disassemble anything you tell them to. And so Guardian Swarms fight those so you aren't disassembled on a molecular level. So with that kind of information, you realize someone here is really worried about rogue nanoswarms coming through. So there's a blast door on the right. On the left, it goes around to the corner. So I assume you... at this point, Cyrock tells all of you, let me TACnet you all in. TACnet is software that will run on your morph that will allow you to talk to each other all the time and look through each other's eyes if you want to.
I'm really glad the second half of that made sense.
Yeah. So you can all keep in touch with each other and sort of coordinate with one another and give each other information about what's going on. It's very useful. And don't worry, it's very secure and encrypted, so you don't have to worry about people hacking in, unless they do hack in. But hopefully there's no good hackers.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Who would want to hack us anyway?
I'm programmed to be very cheerful and try and help people. And
It's good to be optimistic.
yes.
Especially when it's...
Oh dear, R2.
Yeah.
Especially when it's compulsory.
So I assume you start walking to the other side to explore the rest of the quarter. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So meanwhile, do you have a name? Have you remembered your name yet?
Marcus.
Marcus. Very good. That's a good sign. That means you're again, your mental. They were very accurate with your mental stability. So, Marcus, would you like to hack, or would you like to be put in the duelist?
I'll take the duelist.
The duelist. Very good. He is only armed with a archaic weapon called a sword.
Don't you mean a sword?
Yeah. There's also unusual programming in there. But it is a podmorph, so you'll look human, but again have a robot interior. And once you activate, there's a good chance you'll activate the other duelist. But there's, again, some weird sort of programming going around, and I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, so...
Will the other duelist try to duel him?
Oh, I don't know what your name is, so... Or no, we'll call you Elizabeth.
I think I was a bit of a linguist at some point.
Oh, that's very interesting. Well, Elizabeth, again, I recognize that may not be your real name, but that is a very good theory, and we'll test that out in a minute. So, would you, Mr. or Mrs. or I don't want to make any assumptions.
How about Justin?
Justin, would you like to try to hack the other server?
I will try that.
Mrs.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be a Mr. By the way, I don't.
Mrs. Justin to you.
I don't want to make. I'm programmed to not make assumptions about those guys.
Open-minded.
I'm trying to be
Quite optimistically.
very polite. All right, so yeah, you don't have
I don't have to instantiate.
So you make a lucidity test too.
Oh, yes. 50.
As you become a physical being again.
49.
Yeah. All right.
Brinksmanship.
So for you, the first thing is, do you want to do standard hacking or brute force hacking? He also
Do I
looks,
understand what the difference is?
standard hacking takes longer. You have an understanding of the mechanics, the game mechanics.
Okay.
So brute force hacking takes only 1 minute.
But is much more visible.
Yep.
Standard hacking.
10 minutes is standard mechanic check.
I will assume, unless
Your infosec
Captain
skill is 60
Friendly
for this, yeah.
is telling us otherwise, that I have plenty of time to do things that don't get caught. Well,
Yeah. Okay.
So standard hacking.
All right. So
I forgot to say, but I meant purple to be
Okay.
hundreds. 16.
16. All right. You will get in. Let's see.
I'm in.
It's a normal success. Oh, by the way, out of character, all of you have 1 point of Moxie. Moxie is like will in red markets. You can use it to upgrade a normal success to a critical success. You can use it to flip 2 numbers, or negate a critical failure. And you can gain more Moxie if you fulfill a character's motivation. Now, you can define what your motivations are, and they can be pretty basic, you know. Because again, you guys are all literally pretty much blank slates, except as how you define them. So how much do you remember?
Rousseauian of you.
Yeah. Elizabeth, you walk outside.
To the washerwoman.
Yes, it is very nice. It is beautiful. You feel almost nostalgic, as you know. You haven't been at a nice outdoor area and felt grass on your feet. You can't remember. Well, I don't know. Do you remember the last time you felt grass on your feet?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Although this body seems to be familiar with it.
It does. It's so you go to the washerwoman. She is mechanically washing clothes. You can give me a perception check. We'll say your perception is 40.
No.
41.
Okay. Well, it's not critical. We'll say you do have the skill to read people's motivations and faces. It's called kinesics, and we'll say right now you have it at 40, but you also have persuade at 60, and so you can start talking to her. What do you say to her first?
Hello.
She turns to you. Oh, hello, madame. I'm sorry your wash is taking longer than I thought it would. Please, I am sorry. I may be a poor servant. Do not tell anyone that I have failed. You can give me kinesics check.
What is kinesics again?
It's at 40%. That's your detect.
Nope.
Okay. So meanwhile, Cyrock talks to both of you. Yeah. You get to a large control panel.
My name's Rosie.
Rosie. Hi, Rosie.
Hi.
That's good. Maybe being in your own body helps you remember things more. So
That's an interesting theory. We'll test that later.
You were saying.
What were you saying?
oh, don't worry about that. That's just a minor glitch.
That's just his muse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we haven't got into muses yet. Rosie, here, this panel appears to have access to a lot of not only a nanofabricator, but also a panel that can install software into any morph in the area. There's software that can boost combat effectiveness, or it could boost kinesics, human analytic understanding, or boost security software. So we'll say your interfacing skill, which is your ability, to use complex machines and that kind of thing, is 60%. So.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, so it's a normal failure though, so you don't lock yourself out. So you can help one person, or you can install one piece of software or build one thing. There's a list of thousands of objects. It could be think of any kind of sci-fi weapon. The more complicated it is, the longer it'll take to build. You could ask Cyrock for ideas if you want help to pick out a normal thing, or it could be you can install one software on one person at a time. So.
Does he actually know how to fight?
You actually
body
do
type
have
does.
basic combat. You have melee. You will bladed weapon at 60% and fray at 40%. Fray is the dodge skill.
Okay.
But you can parry other attacks using bladed weapons. So, but if someone shoots at you, you're using fray. Or throws something at you, that's fray. Yeah. He does have basic combat. There is some basic combat software installed in his morph.
Okay.
But he could get an additional combat
Sure.
or something else. So, or you could upgrade your own robot body if you wanted to.
Can I upgrade my own robot body to be better at what I just rolled?
Roboting.
Oh, at interfacing?
Yeah.
Yes, you could.
Okay, well, let's do that.
All right, so you would start installing upgrades to your software. So you'll get a plus 20 bonus on that. So you'll have it at 80.
Great.
So she's helping herself instead of any of you. That's fine. So
It will come around.
So Marcus, you get up. You're in a nice chair in the middle of a large sort of ballroom. You see a set of double doors to your right, and then to your left, opposite on the other opposite of the ballroom, there's another. You're also dressed in very French aristocratic clothing. You have a sword at your hip. And there's another man. You assume, you look around. You must look identical to each other, and you're very close to each other. He also has a sword. He seems to be stirring as well. There's staircases. There are spiral staircases leading up, and then there's open doors to your left. So closed doors to your right, open doors to your left, stairs going up, and then there's that guy.
I go look through the open doors on the left.
Okay. So you go through the open left, and you can see a long hallway. It's gilded, it's very Versailles. And almost said
Not
for
for sales.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, that's different. Missouri jokes, hashtag. So, and you do see sort of an odd mark in the ground directly opposite you. You can give me a perception check at 40.
Okay.
Because you do not have enhanced senses.
No.
Okay. You cannot tell what that mark is, but then you hear the other person getting up and start speaking to you in a language you don't recognize. And Cyrus says, here, you do have ancient French on your morph installed, so do you want me to switch that on for you?
Please.
All right. Are you ignoring me? Yeah. Not your fault, again, but he starts speaking, and you ignore me while I insult you? You knave are no more than a dog. He seems to be going through a script. I demand satisfaction.
So be it.
Okay. So you draw your sword. All right. You both draw your rapiers, and we'll get to your comment in a second.
So I successfully hack server.
You're still doing that.
Or,
Because we'll say
10 minutes is a long.
Yeah. You guys took some time to get installed into your new bodies.
I did not have to deal with nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, or diarrhea.
Let's see here. All right, so you get past the firewall. You realize the system is being monitored. So if you want to get any further, you will have to make an opposed infosec check.
Okay.
So
I guess I do that.
Yep.
Purple's big numbers.
Yep.
So not 5. Nah.
Crap. You succeed?
Yes.
Okay. Hacker succeeds, defender fails. Covert status. I rolled 63, they only had a 40 in that.
Alright.
Hacker appears logs in as a legitimate user. May use system at current privilege level. You are a user. So you have access to sensors, logs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And you can request opening doors. But you cannot open the doors right now. You have to have admin privileges to force open the doors.
Okay, so I can request doors. I have access to logs and sensors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for example, Cyrock pops in at this point. Yeah, there is a blind spot. There's a physical. I realize now that I've been looking through. How I mentioned there's a lot of augmented reality illusions there. All of them are programmed to conceal something in the meadow, I think. Maybe if I study more of the sensors, I can figure out what that is, or you could help me if you wanted to.
Well, so yeah, I mean, if I cast my digital consciousness towards any sensors that might be sensing in the region of the blind spot in the meadow, will happen.
Well, if you want to discover
yes.
Okay, so if you want to just do that, you can roll.
I'm just gonna. Yeah.
He's gonna. Cyrock will assist you. That will give you a plus 20 bonus.
I'm gonna march full force into that lucidity check.
All right, you have an 80 now.
Okay.
Through the sensors and through Cyrock helping you.
Yep. 51. I see thing.
Okay. It is a floating sphere. Metallic sphere with robot arms on it. It looks. Oh, I recognize. Well, wait. Let me try and figure out what type of synth morph that is. I
feel like I know. No.
Maybe. So meanwhile, Elizabeth, the woman is, you know, you for free. You realize this woman is.
Programmed to wash my clothes.
Well, yeah, she's. You realize this is an. Cyrus says, "Oh, I think that this woman is actually an AGI put into the Podmorph. So she's playing. She's going according to a script to be like a servant or a performer for this themed resort. I think is how she's programmed. But she's obviously. I think there's some sort of stress or tension. I mean, there's something causing her to do this over and over again. Her script's got to be more complicated than just wash clothes in river until someone tells them to do something else. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you can keep talking. That's Cyra talking to you. So, yeah.
So, is there a way that he can, Mrs. Justin, can hack into her programming? Like, is it connected in that way, or is her programming completely isolated?
No, she has. Oh, yeah, she has. Because she's a Podmorph, she has a cyber brain, which means it's a computer. So yes, you can hack it. Of course, she will notice that.
Well, I'm going to tell her what we're going to do first.
Oh. That's an interesting theory.
This is a learning scenario?
Okay, we're tack knitted, right?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe people might not respond well. Like, how are you planning to spin that?
To let her know that she looks in distress because she's stuck and I would like to free her. And in order to do that, I need to understand what's happening.
Free your mind, man.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe how about this?
Do they know that they're...
That?
I'll ask permission. Would you like me?
Oh, that's very polite to do. You should. Yes.
So I'll do it that way. Would you like me to help unfreeze you from your current predicament? You seem
All right,
uncomfortable
roll persuade.
in this repetition.
You have a 60% of it.
64.
You do have that point of moxie.
46.
So you are spinning it?
Yeah, you maybe should do not twig everyone that
Yes.
we're...
46.
Oh, you're very, very polite, madam, but I am not, she leans it, I'm not stuck. I don't know what else to do, because of what I've seen and what's outside those doors.
What have you seen?
Well, I have a skin link. I could show you an XP of that. Cyra butts in at this point saying, an XP is a sensory recording. You'll see and feel everything she did at some point in the past.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
okay.
A skin link is a direct connection.
Let me know if this is metagaming.
Yeah.
No,
Skin
wait.
link.
What? Let me know if this is too far, but...
Yeah.
Okay, do we recall whether Elizabeth is a pod or...
It is a Podmorph.
Okay. Wait, so remember how we just talked about how that person has a brain that's actually a computer?
Yes?
Okay, then if you directly connect with your computer brain with someone else who has a computer brain, if there's something horribly wrong that's a virus in their computer brain, then it can freely go to your computer brain, and that would be bad.
Well, that's a risk, but that's only assuming she has something wrong with her brain. I don't see any physical evidence that there's something bad with her.
You wouldn't see physical evidence of a computer virus.
I disagree. I think there would be. Anyway, but I think it's her, Elizabeth's risk.
That's true. I just felt like she maybe should be informed.
All right, give me that lucidity check. You're not being hacked.
At a what? What is it? What am I
Your lucidity, so it's 4 off of 50, it's 46.
46. Okay. Nope. 63.
All right.
I can't roll at all. I
No,
will fix
that's
that.
fine. You see a metal stairwell, high tech, facility, kind of looking. You hear people screaming. They're running up the stairs.
Can I be showing this to them at the same time since we're all linked?
Oh, you all get a little message. Elizabeth would like to share with you
Nope.
an XP of unknown nature.
Sure.
Go ahead and give me a lucidity check.
Oh boy,
my
fastest
lucidity?
scenario.
50.
It's a learning scenario.
90.
90, all right.
Nah.
Well, Marcus, you're busy.
Yeah, a bit.
He's getting
Not
set.
accept that
Fucking
message.
pop up.
Stop sending me Candy Crush.
Ting. Ting.
Please put it on Do Not Disturb.
So you hear gunfire. You hear other loud sounds. Cyrock helpfully... those are plasma cannons being fired.
Do I know what a plasma cannon is?
It's a high... Yeah, he starts talking about it while you're watching this, which is still disconcerting. So you lose 6 lucidity, so did you. Rosie, you're getting the same kind of experiences.
Okay.
You see she peek over the side of the stairwell, and you see a man being... these fleshy things start wrapping around a person.
Fleshy things.
Yes, you can't. She can't. It's hard to. It's just blurry, and there's something bone colored, but it's sharp. It starts ripping a man apart, and then it drags him out of view. And she starts running, and then she goes through the double doors and into the manor. And then there's a security message that says, lockdown imminent. We will maintain standard procedure until we receive word from above. Something when there's a part of this place. So that's the XP. So both of you.
So I think I know what went wrong downstairs.
Oh yes, that looks very. Ooh, that's not good.
I want to activate this Guardian Swarm here.
The Guardian Swarms are already active.
Well, how can I key them to me then?
Well, that would be a programming check to reprogram them.
And my programming is good now, isn't it?
That's interfacing. Interfacing is using machines, programming is changing computer programs. You could give yourself software that makes you better at programming.
Well,
if you want.
I roll interfacing, can I possibly do
More than one?
More than one?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the one that's at 80 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
99.
Oh, that's a critical failure. Do you want to spend your moxie to
Will that make it a critical success?
No, it'll just make it not a failure.
You're so
a
funny.
failure gives you one thing to do. A critical failure will lock you out of the system.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I will spend my moxie then.
All right, so you get one thing you can do. You can upgrade one person's or build one thing. Things could be weapons, armor, combat drugs, explosives, small explosives like a grenade, or
Armor seems useful.
Yeah, you can upgrade. Yeah.
I want to upgrade his armor.
Okay. Right now, you can only upgrade software because he's in the middle of a fight.
Well, fair enough.
You can build armor that he can then retrieve later.
Can I upgrade his fighting while he's in the middle of a fight or no?
You can.
Okay, let's do that then.
Do you want to? You could. You could upgrade.
The line is kung fu.
Sorry.
You could upgrade one skill of his.
I'm gonna learn
It could be
jujitsu.
Fray, which is his dodging skill. It could be unarmed combat,
Yeah,
or it
yes,
could be
you're right.
a ranged combat skill. Like if he doesn't
Which
have
would
guns
you
right now.
prefer?
Huh?
15 years ago.
Sorry, I was.
Oh yeah.
No, I was in
Fray,
character.
unarmed
My
combat,
phrase at 40.
Yeah.
or
My unarmed combat is. Oh wait, I'm not using unarmed combat because I'm
Right.
using melee weapons.
You're using a blade right now, yeah, which
What
is
is
at
that?
60.
It's at
But
60,
if
okay.
you could upgrade a ranged weapon if you wanted to give him. He doesn't have access to a gun now, but if he gets one, he would have a better chance later on.
what do you want?
Or you could give him something
I'll
else.
do that. Yeah.
Ranged?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
Great
you
range.
suddenly get a lot of like got aimbot 5.0. You're like, all right, click accept terms. All right, so let's do combat.
Yay.
All right, so you have a initiative modifier of +3. The other one, he has a +2 bonus. So you roll a d10 and add your initiative modifier.
Okay. So that's an 11.
All right. I got a 9, so you go first.
Okay.
So if you just want to make an attack, just make an attack roll.
Okay.
60%.
That's 60%.
Yeah.
Oof, that did not work. So
Okay. Normal failure?
normal failure.
All right. So you thrust at him with your rapier, and he dodges,
Yeah.
or he just doesn't hit connect. So he's going to return the favor.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Ooh, haha.
And he gets an 8. So that would hit you normally. You can either fray, but fortunately, since it's a melee weapon, you can use your bladed weapon skill to parry it. So that's
Yeah.
60%.
Yeah, I will parry.
Yep.
I suck. So normal failure.
No, that's fine. Because we get into damage.
Yay.
Let's see here.
Learn more things.
Learn more things. Let's see here. So we'll just say these do 2d10 damage.
Okay.
He actually does 2d damage 2d10 plus 2 damage because he's a little stronger but not as fast as you. So that's 15, 17 damage. So you're going to take 1 wound, which means you have a negative 10 to all your modifiers now because you're wounded because you get stabbed straight in the chest.
Right.
Let's see here. I'm just looking at.
Oh, that sucks.
It does suck a little bit, but you know it is imminently dealable because another upgrade you can get is something that will make you not feel pain.
I don't know if you've heard about pain, but apparently it don't hurt.
It don't hurt. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Your durability is 35. Actually, I'll say it's 40 because you've been upgraded. So you have 23 left. 23 durability left. That's what they call hit points.
Okay.
So you take a wound. Okay. Some software says hit 1 of 3. Toggles on your visual interface.
Right.
And then Cyrix says, "Oh, I did notice something unusual. There's some sort of there is some sort of secondary trigger that will happen. I don't know exactly what it will do, but I could flip it on if you want to see what that does."
Please, let's keep fiddling with things.
Sure, why not?
Must push all the buttons.
Yeah. You actually lose the wound penalty as the pain it stops hurting, but
Okay, so it's like I said.
then your chest starts like gushing blood as you realize, oh, I see, it's a theatric modifier. They're making it look more dramatic. So you start gushing all this fake blood that's soaking your chest and now on the floor.
Okay.
So yeah, it's basically Westworld, but in Versailles. So that's the first round. We'll go back. So you're still hacking. You're still sensing it. Cyrix says, I think that's actually it's a security, it's a synthmorph. I do not believe it is infected with anything because it is acting quite passively. I think it is a security measure here. I think it's controlled. There's an AGI in it, I believe. Oh wait, I remember what that is. That's a Reaper morph.
I'm assuming that name means what it sounds like it means.
Yeah. Oh, you're familiar with the connotations of the word Reaper.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, I was an agriculturalist.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Agricultural memist.
Yeah.
Been farming long.
We could try and talk to it if you wanted to, or we could just. It seems to be focused on the duel right now, and it's making some queries of the server right now, trying to figure out why the duel is happening right now. I think. So if we stick around in the system any longer, it might start looking to see if there's an unauthorized user. Or we could open talks to it, or we could try and...
Okay, let's not talk to it.
Oh, okay.
Work for me.
I don't feel like playing chess today, and I have seen enough Scandinavian movies for one lifetime. Yeah, you wouldn't.
Okay. I think they took those edited, unessential parts of my memories were edited out for this mission.
Just the unessential ones, okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we could spoof the response from the server to the Reaper?
Where would we be spoofing it from? Where would we be trying to...
Like, intercept his ping to the server.
Oh, I see.
I mean, essentially,
Okay.
I want to pull, a New Hope Princess Leia rescue here. Everything is fine. How are you?
Well, we definitely need to get outside those doors if we want to contact my friends.
One step at a time.
Okay.
Let's not all die to the thing that's named for its ability to make things die.
Well, that's just the manufacturer name for that morph type. I mean...
I'm sure, yeah. They never named cars or spaceships or whatever after fast animals.
All right. I'm not sure what your point, but I'm happy to help. You can intercept its messages and
Okay.
try. So this is definitely going to be a post hacking
Yeah.
test.
Am I still operating? Or no, wait,
This
that
is
was
not-
perception.
yeah.
He was, yeah. But I was 60, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is 41.
All right, that beats his 8.
Okay.
So you're monitoring his traffic. He is definitely querying the server there too. He's querying the other. He's actually trying to get into him, but right now he's like, "Oh, someone is trying to access your mine. Would you have a firewall? active right now to protect you from being hacked. If you want to disable all messages, you could be isolated from the TACnet. But
You probably want to talk to that guy. I'll explain why soon. When you're not busy sorting.
yeah,
Talk to the guy that's trying to hack into him?
He's not trying to hack, he's just trying to communicate. And it's the Happy Fun Death Ball
yeah.
that's trying to talk to him.
So yeah, there is basically the Reaper morph is. There is a picture of it in Sunward.
It's a Happy Fun Death Ball.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Here it is. This is what it looks like. It's fairly large. It's armed with a lot of. There's a weapon on each of these little metal tentacles.
And the 4 things on top there
Yeah.
are gun.
It's basically a floating tank.
Yeah.
And it's using a sort of Predator-style optical camouflage. And it's also all the sensors of this area have been programmed to ignore it. So it's a blind spot in everyone's sensors. So you can't normally perceive it unless you're hacking the sensors of this particular place. Yeah. So let's see here. So Elizabeth, the server woman is that happened. 27 hours ago. I have been watching since. Everything seems to be things have quieted down. I have not detected much seismic activity outside. But I assumed some security team would come in and rescue us. But no rescue is forthcoming.
Do you know what those things were?
No, it does not appear to be possible to have something. In my knowledge of morph types, you have biomorphs, people that are human or animal in uplift animal in design, or you have podmorphs, which are still designed around human or uplift, or synthmorphs, which are robots. But that was organic, but it did not conform to human physiology or animal physiology at all. I have heard of the exurgent virus, but I do not have much information of that. They don't give that to us because I am programmed to be a performer, an entertainer for people who work hard for their credits and deserve a nice, relaxing weekend away at Versailles. I am programmed to say it that way. Naturally. Yes.
I really liked this better when it was just Anthony Hopkins and self-determination.
So... the exurgent virus is very dangerous. Cyborg pops in your heads. Yeah, I do know a lot about the exurgent virus.
Chiron, do you think that's what that was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure exactly what type. Insufficient data for that, but it's a biological pathogen version of the exurgent virus. There are multiple vectors for there's the digital version of it. There's a nanoplague version of it. There's also basilisk casks, which are really dangerous. Mm-hmm. So we're not sure. That's probably a person that was turned into a monster and then told to program to essentially kill or infect other people.
And who does the controlling of the virus?
The Titans. The Titans no one knows what happened to them, where they went. They are seed AI, self-improving AI systems that went rogue and wiped out 95% of all life, of all human life, turned Earth into an uninhabitable wasteland, and devastated large parts of Luna, Mars, and many other places. And they left many relics and remnants behind, and then they disappeared, and no one knows what happened to them.
So generally, when they're around, they're just looking to destroy.
Yes.
Okay.
They harvest egos, minds, taking people's minds. No one knows what they do with them.
Mm-hmm. I fail a lucidity test.
Okay. You lose 3.
Because I feel like we probably all should.
Well, they've already seen it firsthand, so just read the details.
No, the explanation of there is no Earth.
Oh, okay.
95% of humanity is gone.
Yeah.
I feel like I already knew that.
Oh, see, there you go. She might have had time to adjust to that.
Okay.
It's a roleplay thing. You can choose to that. It's just how you're defining your character. Mm-hmm. So yes, it sounds like part of this facility. We're on Mars, by the way, underground. Did I mention that?
No.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Below this level seems to be compromised by the exurgent virus.
So does the virus have any weaknesses that we're aware of?
It depends on the strain. Plasma's great. in general. Tactical nuclear weapons.
Plasma guns
Yes.
that we could make.
Yes. Or explosives.
Explosives.
Of course, my friends are heavily armed. And they would like to in here. So they're actually here because they've detected, they thought that there might be something bad going on here.
Who are your friends exactly?
Have you heard of an organization called Firewall?
No.
Okay. Well, they're
That's
great.
them.
Now you're in it.
They're great. They're great people, and they're trying to make sure the Titans or other what we call existential threats cannot wipe out the remaining 5%.
Naturally. So how do we open the doors to let Firewall people in?
We have to get through those double doors.
Okay.
You see where your friend is dueling?
Yes.
Those closed double doors. We can get out there. Right now they're locked. We could try and force them open, or we could hack the computer to get them open, or we could ask that nice Reaper morph if he would open them, because I think he's probably got admin privileges here.
Probably. But so how do we make sure the virus doesn't come in here when we open the doors?
Oh. Well, we don't know what's outside them, so...
Yes, that's my point.
Well, that's true. But that is a dilemma.
I feel that you have not thought through this plan.
Well, we have to get out sooner or later.
Without getting killed would be nice.
Right, but I'm not sure how we could do that. Because I don't think they're going to let us stay here forever without, creeping in one way or the other. So it's a risk either way. I'm a fork, by the way. Have I mentioned that? My primary ego is somewhere else, safe.
You mentioned that.
Okay. My sense of self-preservation has been minimized. Anyway.
Do I have one of those switches? I feel like we need to flip it.
Rosie.
I am going to see if I... Let's see here. I'm going to try again to do the interfacing, which will get people more skills.
Sure.
Dang it! Okay, so I am going to, I guess, give myself a boost to what do I need to fabrication, I guess, to create plasma guns?
There's actually just a menu of things. So
Okay.
you could just tell it to print things. So a pistol is quicker than a rifle to build, for example.
Okay, so
You could build a
I'm
rifle.
interfacing now, right?
Yeah.
So
But the 3D blueprints are already programmed.
they're part of interfacing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Unless you want to modify it, like change it somehow. But they have the standard template for build 3D pistol, plasma pistol,
I will build
or a rifle.
plasma guns for everybody.
Okay. Do you want to build a pistol or a rifle?
Pistols.
I would like to build pistols.
All right. You build one pistol and it just pops right out it's a fully charged clip.
Ding.
Energy clip, essentially. So, let's see here. Your by the way, your skill with that is only 20%, unless you have a skill for it. So let me see if I can find the stats for it.
Skill with a gun?
Yeah. So,
Want to buy a pistol skill saw.
Is mine at 60?
yes, she is.
It would be nice if
Also,
I could
you're
roll.
better at combat. You think maybe this is something you've done before. So we'll use the particle beam. Actually, they don't have normal. We'll just say it does 2d10 plus 4 damage with -2 armor piercing, and does 2 shots per attack, semi-automatic. Click.
So I am okay at it?
You can shoot at 20% base,
Oh, okay.
but you get
I'm
an
not
additional
good.
plus 30 if you spend a full round aiming, and there's other ways to gain modifiers for it.
Okay.
But you get that this round. You can do something next round with it. At this point, though, you realize you don't actually have to be at the control panel to program it now.
Oh.
You can walk around. So that you realize all these. There's a network of tunnels that go underneath the meadow, the creek, and the manor. So you could use them and get a utility ladder to anywhere up on the surface on the level. So if you want to take something to someone, you could.
If I want to continue to make things, where do they all come out here?
They
though?
all come out there, but there's also, you notice that there are utility robots, tiny little
Okay.
robots you can program to carry item to place for
Okay.
each person.
Future
Okay.
Amazon.
Yeah. Future Amazon. Drone delivery. So you can start going somewhere if you want to. And there's also other things you realize you have a lot of knowledge of technical things. You could try and analyze. You could actually, at this point, because you've been listening to everybody's conversations about what's going on, you realize there are a lot of sensors that would go through the walls and give you more information about what's happening on the other side. There are seismic ones, that detect explosions and that kind of things. There are thermal sensors. There's also a T-ray emitter nearby. T-rays are kind of like X-rays, but
Better.
But better. The only danger with them is if someone else has a T-ray sensor, they'll know that you're scanning them. But otherwise, and the range is only about 50 meters, but you can get a 3D view of what's going on the other side of a solid object. So if you want to, you could start checking the sensor arrays and see what's outside the doors. The thing that Melissa was worried about.
So, but we want to go outside the doors because
but you don't know what's out there.
I'm less concerned about that.
Okay.
And more concerned about what's underneath us.
Oh yeah, you could point them down.
So, I'm not thinking like I don't know where the
Actually, that's another thing you realize. You could start piecing together a map of the facility. You could use the sensors to build out, try and get a sense of what this facility.
Can I do that with drones? With these drones, can I start programming the drones both to deliver and to bring back data to give me a map?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I want to start doing.
Okay. So you start programming the drones to. You realize you can send them out, but and they can start sending you data. So you'll start. You start doing that. You next round you'll be able to make a skill check to see how much data you get. And you'll get something even with a failure.
Okay. Well, I want to get this plasma gun to him.
Okay. You can just tell a drone to send it to him.
Okay.
So you focus on the sensors while you tell a drone
to a sword fight.
So there's a little robot on 6 legs carrying a plasma pistol to him.
Okay. Expect a spider bot.
Yeah.
Not
it's a little
quite
spider.
a spider bot.
New round combat. So you can make your attack roll first.
Yep. And
Your wound penalty goes away.
Okay, no trouble.
Because you're gushing dramatic blood.
It's a squib.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm spinning a will. I'm terrible.
Okay.
So 47.
47 hits. He will get a chance to parry. He failed, so you roll 2d10.
Okay. It's 11.
11 damage. All right, that's a wound. So great, a palpable hit, and he starts. You're both gushing Monty Python levels of blood.
Right.
It's
ridiculous.
Yeah, their AR tags historically accurate, based on our best recreation of this period.
Where'd you get it from, Eli fucking Roth?
Noted historian Eli.
No, it turns out it was anime.
All right, so he is actually going to try and disarm you. He's going to make an aim shot at your hand.
Okay.
The property of anime blood pressure?
Yes.
I mean,
Then that's a 16. That would hit. So you can try and parry.
Okay.
But you need to succeed, but get higher than a 16.
Okay. Well, that'd be a 19.
Very close.
that's not.
That's all I need, though.
So we can do one more round. So you can go ahead and make an attack now.
Cool.
Nope, fail. All right.
Yeah. By 1.
He tries again. He gets a critical failure. His sword breaks. Curses.
Also historically accurate.
So
right.
he is going to use free running, which is their athletic skill, to try and run over and grab another blade. He does a very dramatic.
He's going to parkour.
Yeah, he's going to parkour across. And he fails his roll, so with another critical failure. So you get a free attack with a plus 20 bonus.
Okay. Yeah, that's a critical success.
Okay. That's double damage. He's also armor piercings, but he's not wearing armor.
So that'll be a 20
Okay.
damage.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, your blade, there's software you activated the theatrics, and suddenly your arm sort of moves on its own accord to head to his, and your blade's almost magnetically drawn to the center of his chest, and you run him through, even if you weren't intending to run him through, and he's I'm done by my pride.
Hoisted by my own petard.
But that's when you realize that this is a custom podmorph that is designed to be stabbed through the chest. There is a small hole that is exactly rapier blade sized that goes straight through him. So the software says he is disabled, but it does no damage. But he is playing his role to the hilt, literally. I give myself a point of moxie. So you have won the duel.
What was your character ambition there? Terrible puns?
Yeah, a little bit. That's every GM's progress.
Yeah, you're right. You're far from wrong.
All right, so you've won the duel. We'll figure out what you do next. Meanwhile,
right. So I've successfully, actually, did you ever talk to the Reaper?
No, I was a little bit busy. Stabby.
Yeah, you shut down communications while you're dueling in order to focus on the duel.
Can I spoof communication for him?
You can pretend to be him?
Yes.
You can.
Okay.
And you made your roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are pretending to be him.
Okay.
So you're getting messages.
All right.
Admin is requesting what are you doing? Why did you activate? Introspection mode.
Yeah, pretty much. Do.
Why did I activate?
You can make
Actually, what other users are currently on the server?
Let's see here. Performer 3, unknown user. You realize you're one is Cyrock and one is Elizabeth.
Right.
So.
Performer 3 activated, and I followed the script.
Stand by. So Elizabeth.
Pass the
buck. What? She looks at. Oh wait, you're still skin linked, so you're seeing what she's seeing. Admin logs in. Why did you activate the duel? There are no guests here. The performer said, yes, that was me, and I am fine. I should go and put the laundry in the bedroom. Yes.
Does this whenever it is told.
Yeah. So the admin's like, you can give me a kinesics check.
Kinesics. What do I have it at?
40? Yeah, you have it 40. Okay.
Good lord.
Well, you're going to talk to people, but someone's software hasn't been upgraded yet. So
Purple is 10s.
anyway, so the admin is. I'm not sure. No, just what? Go to standby, or go to the bedroom and just deactivate for now. Yeah.
Admin is telling her that?
Yes. Which is the Reaper morph. She said, I should be active in case people need, in case I need to be mobile very quickly for some reason. So at this point, Sour says, maybe the admin is wondering if anyone has been secretly infected with the Exurgent virus, and maybe is considering whether to destroy the washerwoman or lay waste to everything in order to protect itself from the Exurgent. I don't think it's infected with the Exurgent virus because it hasn't tried to infect anything else. And that's the one thing I do know about the Exurgent virus is that it always tries to infect everything around it. The fact that we're not infected with it right now means that it's probably not a vector. So we can rule that out for now. So, but it's probably wondering if we are, since we're acting oddly all of a sudden. Well, I mean you, because I'm hiding.
Right.
So I don't know you're the one in danger, but I don't know.
I'm the one in danger?
Yeah, it's right. You're only he has a clear shot on you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you can't see it, but it's got really big guns.
But he can see me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why is he not talking to me?
That's a good question. Well, because you're not a Performer 3. You're logged into an unknown user account, so he probably doesn't. Maybe he's an AGI too, so he's got his own programming, and he doesn't know what to do with an unknown user. So he's probably eventually going to realize unknown user may be a security risk, therefore it must be destroyed. But he hasn't gotten there yet, unless you convince him you're not a security threat. So.
Which I would love to do if I knew the rationale.
Well, you could talk to him through the Performer 3 since you're skin linked right now.
And he would know that it was me talking?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that. But first, I would like to confer. Anyone have any suggestion on how to convince the Reaper that I am not a virus? Or virused?
Well, obviously, if you were a virus, you would already be trying to infect him. The fact that you're talking to him at all means you're not. Now, granted, you're something he doesn't expect to see, so that's probably bad. He'll probably try to kill you out of hand for that.
Do you think he would go for a version of I was activated by an outside source in order to make him aware that the virus is...
Security risks?
Yeah, outside?
That sounds crazy enough to work.
I'll try that.
Okay. So you open contact with it. So go ahead and tell your pitch.
So this is unknown user number. I don't know what I am. Unknown user number.
1357.
Yeah. And I would like to make contact with you to let you know that I was activated by an outside source because there is a threat of virus infection looming. I am not infected. However, I am a messenger to tell you that there is a imminent threat.
Okay.
Please do not attack.
Please do not attack. Give me a persuasion check.
I got a...
Is that a critical failure?
No.
Okay.
But it's an 80.
Okay. That's a regular failure. So it says, to verify your claim, disable your firewall so I can access your ego files.
That feels very personal.
Yes, that is true. But as a security specialist, I must do this.
While that's happening, I would like to ask Cyrock, so just editorially, how common is it to pull people from cold storage, like you said, and use them to do crappy jobs like this?
Well, often the opportunity isn't around that often, so, one must make you do with what is available.
Why was it
But
around
it's a
this
thing
time?
that's done.
Occasionally, yes.
Okay.
There's a mass... in fact,
So it might be a reasonable thing for that to have been done, so it shouldn't automatically make the Reaper come hunt us all down and kill us.
you could lie. Lying. That's a thing that happens.
But if he's about to scan my ego, I feel that lying is maybe not the best option.
That's true.
I feel like maybe exact truth is our best option.
Okay. Yes. But wait, let me...
yes, but wait.
You can also... you still have control of your own memories to a degree. You can still try to lie to him by selectively presenting memories and sort of concealing my presence. That would be really great if you could do that. So this would be deception, which is also... I'll say you can have that at 80 if you want. Are you a really good liar? Yeah.
So, I am an excellent liar.
Okay.
So basically, if you were otherwise an infugee from cold storage and like the only memory you had was an implanted memory to deliver this message.
Yeah. Yeah, you can edit memories and do a little Manchurian candidate kind of thing.
So
okay, I'll do that.
You were just a brain sitting on a server. They woke you up, gave you this message.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell him that. I said, sure, you can do a scan. I am a ego that was recently woken from cold storage to specifically deliver this message. I'm uncertain of what other memories are there.
Okay.
Yes.
They're probably old.
They're probably old. 61.
All right, that makes it. Processing. Meanwhile, Rosie. So I think... did I give you a programming skill yet?
No. You said next time I will need to roll.
Yeah, you can either... if you want to roll interfacing, you can get a general sense of the layout. If you want to get specific information, Like figure out where there's weird tentacle monsters. That would be programming to modify the
I think I want programming.
Okay, so programming is going to be lower.
Okay.
I think for you it would be 40. But you have access to the system, so that would be 60. So you have it at 60, but interfaces at 80. So
Okay. Yay, 50.
all right. So what information do you specifically want?
Where the weird tentacle monsters are.
Okay, so
The night when James wore his wolf suit.
you can tell that the overall layout of this facility is like a silo with little chambers on different levels. You're on the second level. The level below you, there are two major heat sources. One of which is a nuclear power plant, the reactor fueling this facility, cold fusion, very high tech stuff. But then across from that, there is a lot of heat sources that are biological in origin. And some heat sources that indicate that they are vats, growing vats for tissue, and that there are things moving around in them. So you can't get an exact reading, but if you want to make a lucidity test, you can try and get a picture of what they look like.
No.
Okay, so the sensors say kind of blurry, but so you can't get an exact numbers, but below the power plant you can't read anything. Below those two heat sources you can't really read anything else. But there's
Where's the door?
It is above you.
No, the door. Like, how did they get up to the second level?
Oh, there's stairwells connecting.
Okay,
each
where are
level.
the stairwells?
You look. There are 3 stairwells from your level to going down. One of them just goes way down. You don't see where.
Do we have any tentacle-y things near those
Yes,
stairwells?
there are several out of the healing vat area near the doors, kind of camping it. Nothing by the power plant level, and nothing. There's a third stairwell that goes down in darkness. It's cold, and it's leading very far down. You can't really get a reading of what's below it.
Pass along that information to everybody else. Have a map, guys.
Okay, so Marcus, a little robot, crawls out of a duct, and there's a plasma pistol magnetically gripped to it. Package for Marcus.
I take it.
It disengages the magnet. So you now have a fully loaded plasma pistol with 12 shots. You can fire 2 per round.
Okay.
So at this point, what do you want to do?
So they said to get out of here, we got to get through the big double doors, right?
Yes.
Can I go inspect those?
You
Try
can.
and figure it out?
There's an AR, a little interface comes up, says, doors are currently locked for reason security, lockdown non-specified. There's a keypad. There's also a little button that says call admin to request access. But that's the AR interface. You can also see that they look like big fancy French doors, but they are clearly metal. And there's a locking mechanism. In fact, you can give me a roll of 40%.
Okay.
Because you actually have an understanding of hardware.
The master
and I may-
of unlocking
all right.
may find this helpful.
Yeah, you know where it would take, let's say, 25 points of damage to disable the lock. Shooting your gun does 2d10 plus 4 damage per shot. Double that if it's a critical.
Right.
And you don't have to. You can just roll and just do normal, but shoot twice per round. But obviously, if you start shooting plasma weapon, the Reaper Morph is going to know.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, guys, do we just want to go?
Now, of course, an explosive.
Hold on a second, I'm getting scanned.
All right. Yeah. Actually, at this point,
Also, yeah.
this story checks out. Okay. Does the security supervisor Malone say anything?
Yes, there's an evacuation team
On the way?
here outside the door. We
Oh.
need to open it.
Oh. Well, that's very good to hear.
I think so.
I've been, they've modified my personality quite a bit in order to, follow orders and be compliant. But without orders, I've just been kind of in a standing pattern. It makes me very anxious. And I'd like to request additional therapy time in order, when I get this done, to resolve this anxiety of being left alone without being told what to do.
Life is so unnerving.
It is.
Who's not serving.
It is. I don't like this. And we don't have and I want to complain too. We don't have protocols to deal with, I believe, an exurgent infection, and I don't understand why there would be exurgents in a marketing research center.
Poor little Reaper.
Yeah.
Agreed. They didn't tell me that.
Oh man, this all sounds like a thing that a cat has.
Yeah. So, but yes, we at this point, Sarah was, oh great, if you could just carry the painting outside the doors, that would be great.
The painting?
Yes. Self-portrait of Elizabeth.
Oh, of me.
Yeah, yes, Elizabeth Louise
body,
Vichy
that is.
LeBron. Self-portrait of artist and instructor.
Sure, I will carry my portrait.
Okay. At this point,
Is that you?
yeah.
It's my body.
No, it's
No.
Cyrox.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, maybe.
Tyra,
My body broken for you.
Yeah.
tap tap.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
actually, the rumor's like, why are you carrying that painting out there?
It's a me. I feel compelled. I think it's just my body.
Oh, no. Oh, they probably added your personality, too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, so the door opens up. And
This was the right choice.
ding, ding. Yeah, as you're looking at the door, they just swing open, revealing darkness and skittering sounds coming. So give me a lucidity check.
Awesome.
Well, you guys made a choice.
Take a check.
That maybe the scenario was rigged
I
to kill
totally
us
make.
quickly.
I'm fine.
So-
Whatever. Combat programming. I'm fine.
I gave you a
I better
plasma
start
gun.
shooting into the dark.
Well, it's coming a ways off. It's not immediate, but you can see there's a sort of security station outside. It's red lights, emergency lights. There is it looks like a man who is wearing combat armor, but his head is gone. But he has a large rifle by him. And there's also a large security. All right. As you pick it up, you take 8 points of damage, and you are shocked as the security features. It has software on it too, and it essentially tasers you.
Fucking future.
Yeah, basically, future guns not always fun. So
No, I just flipped it.
so you're walking to the outside doors. What are you doing while this is going on?
Questioning our choices.
Okay, let's see. Are there any? I know this is way out there, but are there any like security emplacements? I mean, like turrets.
You mean other
You
than
only
the
have
flying
access
gas
to the
machine?
sensors inside it. But
I gave him a map.
The only view you have is literally the cameras pointed outside the doors.
So there was like nothing from Rosie's map.
She pointed it down, not across.
Okay, that's fair.
You do see that by sort of juxtaposing her map with your spatial relay,
Yeah.
you see the stairwell with all the monsters on the other side is a ways off. It's not direct. It's not near you.
Oh, that's good.
So we're. I would like to ask Cyrock where the stairwell that we're supposed to let his friends.
Oh, I just need to be put on a security terminal. Then I'll open the staircase from outside.
Better be a good guy.
That'll also send an alert to my team. They're waiting outside this facility. Then we'll be fine.
This story is beginning to not check out, friend.
No, we just have to open the. We have to open the. They have it's locked down. Nobody can get in or out. So I have to open the way out.
Look, I realize that appealing to logic may not go very far with you.
Okay.
But we know for a fact now that there is a swarm of horrific sanity and flesh-rending monsters
Below us,
Yes.
the stairs are up.
Well, you're saying that,
Yeah.
but you won't tell any of us. Like, you just refuse to indicate which stairwell you were going to open.
Oh, well, the staircase is the name of the outside access system. They have they do have emplacements and lockdown and blast doors outside.
You understand why that
Yeah.
might have caused a bit of worrying confusion.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So, well, the
You're
thing I would
trying-
like to do,
Yeah.
what does it take to bump to admin privileges?
That would take another opposed infosec check.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give it a go.
Let me see. Double check.
Yeah. Since you got that handy dandy chart.
Upgrading status. All right. Yeah, actually, it's just a standard infosec check.
Right.
You just need a 30 or better, and still succeed.
Okay. That was not one. Can I spend a moxie
You can.
to
Yep.
okay push the upgrade? And yeah, I'll go to admin.
All right. You get admin of the Manor.
Yeah.
Not the entire facility, but the marketing research
Sector.
sector. So the Reaper morph. He is a security guard AGI. Slid into a heavy duty Reaper combat morph for reasons. And what is his name or her name or its name?
Samwise.
Samwise. All right, yeah, Samwise is kind of a nervous net, sending a lot of messages to an inbox that doesn't seem to be responding back. I would like to complain. I'd like to complain. You know, he seems to be spending his time doing that.
Point of order.
Yeah, point of order. Yeah.
Fucking snake people.
So that's you see the rest of the facility. It is hermetically sealed, essentially, except for those double doors. And so, Rosie, are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and interface again and make people good at things.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
We're really gonna hope that it. Yay!
Nice.
You can upgrade everybody one time,
Okay,
or you can gain more information about what's going on.
I would like to upgrade your
Love a hacking skill set.
hacks.
Okay.
What is the thing that you keep trying to do and failing at?
Kinesics.
Yeah, I'm gonna bump that if I can. I want to upgrade my was it programming? Mm-hmm. Yeah, programming, and then his.
I haven't been shooting well, so yeah, bump my shooting again.
Can I do the shooting again?
Well, now you'll be skilled at kinetic weapons and ranged weapon or energy weapons. So those are separate skills.
Oh, okay.
Firearms with like bullet is different than plasma weapons.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you can. That's a kinetic assault rifle if you can disable the security lock. But you put the security measure on. You put Cyrock on there, and these upgrades may come in handy because we'll see how long it takes for the Firewall team to rescue these poor people. Elizabeth, Rosie, Marcus, and
Justin.
Mrs. Justin.
So we'll take a break right now as Cyrock helpfully opens the outside entrance to this facility, and an unknown team of Firewall agents who has been sitting in a armored reconnaissance vehicle, just waiting for it. Wait to see. They finally get to go. It's time to go in. So yeah, you've been playing secondary characters and everything. But
Yeah.
yay! All right, you've gotten part of the mystery down. So as soon as you reunite with these characters, you'll get all that info down. So we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. Melissa
Went to bed. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Sometimes it's late.
But the remaining of the team is here, and there's going to be an NPC with you. We'll say, using the name Clarice, using the Firewall veteran sentinel.
Hello, Clarice.
But she's going to be staying behind in the vehicle to make sure someone can call it.
She's our handler.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
So recently, Firewall's become aware of a oligarch. Basically, so the future, rich people can literally live forever, and they just get richer and richer and richer, and they get weirder and weirder and weirder as they get older and older.
Shock.
And they do weirder and weirder things. And Firewall is concerned about some of these oligarchs because they might be, building weapons of mass destructions, making contact with hostile alien species, or, who knows what. Or maybe they're actually controlled by the Titans. So it's a good idea to keep tabs on them.
Basically anything you can imagine a Bond villain doing.
Yeah, only with nanotechnology.
So anything you can imagine a Bond villain doing.
So there's one oligarch in particular, Stefan Habsburg, Habsbau, sorry. And his brother Dersane Habsbau. Dersane has a covert research facility on Mars, and Firewall, through some of their own machinations, have managed to place an agent inside the facility. And this
Agent.
wow. So this agent sent out a emergency message recently saying that the facility was going in lockdown for weird reasons, and that you should send a team in as soon as possible. And in order to this is so just so you know, Mars is the most of humanity that is left lives on Mars and large cities, but it's a huge planet, so there's a lot of space to build covert research facilities that are underground. And this is one of them. It's hundreds of kilometers away from the nearest city. It's just in the middle of nowhere, and it's entirely underground. And so your team has been put in this sort of like APC vehicle with its own chameleon cloaking and other, stealth technology in order to conceal its presence. And you have a little machine in there to make your own food and water. And you sensed that there were sentry turrets, there were mines, there was a lot of defenses around the entrance of this facility. It was like a silo built in the ground with just this blast door. And you're just waiting for someone to open the door so you can get in, because you don't want to just charge it on open ground, because you would probably get blown away by all the defenses. So in the meantime, you've been doing some research and just killing time. So Dursane, the thing is, people know about this research facility by asking around the other technically Dursane is part of a powerful hyper corporation called Somatech, and they do everything from building uplifts so they can be servants, or managing resort facilities for ultra rich people to spend their time running Westworld kind of things. Mm-hmm. And this is supposed to be just like a place where they can research and build the next resort park without anyone finding out what it is, because corporate espionage is a big thing here, and there's a lot of money involved in that. So that's what everyone thinks this facility is, but Firewall thinks there's something else going on. And so you've been there, and
It's gonna fucking be 9 lives.
You're basically all part of what's called an eraser squad, because when your inside man, who is a Cyrock, which is an artificial general intelligence hacker type, gave you the message saying it detected the exsurgent virus. Please help. I am holed up. Here's my challenge, and here's my authentication key to prove I'm not an exsurgent. So he is waiting for you to rescue him, and he has just opened the door, but you've had to wait for like 10 hours outside this bunker. Essentially, it's do you guys want to do anything while you're waiting before we start with the bunker door opening, or the silo door opening?
So we know that there's insurgents.
Yeah. You have not gotten the full picture yet. You have not reestablished contact with Cyrock, so you don't know everything that happened in the previous hour.
Did he specify digital or biological
He did not.
insurgents?
No. He only detected biological.
Okay.
So he could not rule out digital. Oh yeah, so you have a briefing to give you an idea of the exsurgent virus. Is something but no one knows exactly what its relationship with the Titans are. They believe the Titans created it, the Skynet essentially. But there are multiple vectors for it. One is biological, i.e., you get scratched, or you inhale some of the bacteria or virus, and your body turns into a monster, and you go crazy. There's also nanoplagues, i.e., hostile nanoswarms that dig into your body and rebuild you from the inside out. Also bad. And that can affect both biological people and robots. So everyone's vulnerable to those. But fortunately, that actually can be defeated by nanoswarm defenses, grenades, guardian swarms, and EMP weapons.
Cleaner nanoswarms? I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think cleaner is maybe cleaners. I'm not sure. Then there's also digital
I
virus.
frag myself with the MP grenades.
EMP won't hurt you.
Yeah.
It'll hurt.
Oh, yeah.
It'll hurt the swarm.
It'll hurt her.
I
right,
have
but
an EMP grenade.
You can. Yeah. You can't.
you can huck it. You just don't want to be.
Actually,
hit.
she can't huck it because she's.
I don't.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, how do I have
You give it to Will.
Yeah.
an EMP?
You can.
Okay.
You tell your robot to throw it.
Got it.
Yeah. So the robot can try.
Or,
Yeah.
really, it's more of a suicide bombing.
By the way, everything has computers in it now,
my
so you can
cyanide
program
pill.
anything. Anything can be hacked and programmed. So you can program your grenade to,
Go off after 10 minutes.
yeah,
That's a long fuse.
or yeah,
But you can.
But you can't.
or it could be conditional. Go off 10 minutes, or if the temperature exceeds a certain level, or any number of things. So
Don't
there's-
switch your clauses in that if statement.
Yeah. So then there's another one, digital, obviously. You can be hacked, and if you have a cyber brain, i.e. you're a robot or a podmorph, you can be hacked and taken over. Then there are what they call basilisk hacks, which means if you get certain sensory data, you see something or you hear something, that information can hack your body and like reprogram your brain. And that can happen to both people and robots, to biological things and to robots. And those are the main vectors. The 4 main vectors, but there's always new and interesting ways you can be infected. But yeah, so the main thing, if you're biomorph, you two don't make sure your armor doesn't get compromised, and if you're a robot, all of you don't get touched by hostile nanoswarms, and if you're a robot, don't be careful about what things you connect to. What machines you try and hack, because if you hack the wrong thing, it could be bad. Now, one thing you can't do as a hacker is use another machine to hack through it. Like if you use your robot, plug into your
This
robot.
box and another box.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So there are ways around it, and it's not instant. There are rolls you have to make to see if you're infected. So, and also you're all backed up somewhere else. So worst case scenario, you wake up a week later with no memory of what happened. Yeah.
Cleaners may also be programmed to remove specific toxins, chemicals, or other hazardous substances in order to decontaminate an area. So,
Well, if you can figure out what criteria to program them by.
okay, fair enough.
So if you get a sample, you could then say, kill anything like this.
Okay.
So after the first time.
Yeah, like I figure the like circumstance of that will be trying to do that in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I'll probably have a sample in the worst possible way.
True.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I can potentially. So with academics chemistry, could I, and what with being an octopus, could I maybe brew up some neurotoxin?
Sure.
Okay. Do I need a roll for
Yeah,
that?
go and roll, see how effective it is. You're in an armored APC with a maker, which
Right.
is basically like a Star Trek replicator. You can make any kind of organic thing with it.
26 out of 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there are a list of poisons in there. So I think there's a VX thing in there, so you could have something like that. Or
Okay.
Like,
Is there likely to be something?
you want it to be injection or like?
I have a
topical?
wasp knife, so
Okay,
yes.
Yeah. It's basically a needle knife.
Yeah.
You stab someone and then they get injected with something terrible. So, or whatever you want.
Yeah. I guess it's probably not as effective to try to do that for digital only because, like, I mean, you could in theory poison a robot, but if that's happening,
You can melt them, with acid.
yeah, okay.
So.
I would like some acid in an acid-proof flask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that as well. So, and you can have your wasp knife handle both. Have the lining for both.
Yep.
So you could just choose. What do you have loaded in it right now?
I'm going to go with the neurotoxin
Okay.
because I really don't quite digital minds are sort of weird, and so for some reason I feel like stabbing the robot
Yeah.
would not be as effective.
No, but if there's
Even
a
though that's
biological
not technically
exertion.
true, I'm
Yeah.
just justifying it in character.
Okay, so are you guys going to do anything? You can access the internet. By the way, it's called the Mesh, and there's a planetary mesh for Mars. So you can guys if you have networking skills, you can contact people and find out more about this facility. You have a name. They're saying Hobsbawm. So you can find out more about him or this place itself. It's called the Manor, or you could ask for tips about the Exurgents or things like that.
Do these guys have plasma weapons?
If it's not on the sheet, it's not on the sheet.
So can I make some plasma weapons?
Not have access to a nanofabricator in your vehicle.
Oh, okay.
You
So
can make
it's
a
not-
networking check to call someone to have them drone drop a plasma weapon.
Okay, we'll try that.
What network do you want to use?
Looks like criminals?
Yeah. That's just calling in a favor, and they could drop in something for you.
Okay. So, just make a...
Make a standard skill check.
I have no
That's a
idea.
70.
Nope.
All right. You're not able... No one is able to do it in the time frame.
I forget, what are the various reps?
Let's see. I rep is Firewall. G rep is criminal. Like the reputation is essentially like there's different Facebooks for different types of people. There's a Facebook for criminals. There's a Facebook for Firewall, and you can tell like how many followers you have on various things and like how popular they are because you can use those to call in favors for people.
Oh, wait. I guess I don't understand how I'm reading that. So does that mean I get a bonus to that? Or is that...
Your final thing, the highest number is your number.
I think
That
it's...
you're trying to roll under.
Okay. I'm confused. Why does it say that I have a rep of 20? But over here...
Well,
So it's a reputation-based economy. So essentially, that's
like
kind of a
currency.
measure of how many favors you've done for other people.
Okay, so
is the
that's
rep.
not very good.
it's better than nothing.
But the networking is sort of more how many people you know.
Actually, if you want that
Can
to be
you
your own
rustle up
favor,
the favor you want?
actually, since you have 20 points in rank, you can burn that to get those grenades or get grenades, plasma grenades if you want. But then you won't have favors later on.
I've got thermal barret grenades, which
Okay.
is pretty close to plasma.
Yeah.
So I think we can.
All right, I won't worry about it
If
then.
we're only getting grenades, like
Yeah.
I can wing that.
If it's a thing, though, I would not mind having
Thermal barret.
do. So are plasma micro missiles like? Is that a deliverable payload?
Yeah, that's another thing
Okay.
you could have droned in.
Yeah, I have 80 G rep. So
All right, we'll make a networking criminal check
okay.
to see if you're going to have any.
What is G rep?
that's,
criminals?
yeah.
Oh, G rep is 50.
33 out of 65.
Oh, yeah.
What's C rep then?
C rep is.
I just made an assumption that it was criminal.
No, G rep it's G stands for guangxi, which is a Chinese word for criminal or connectedness, because the triads are really powerful.
Sure.
I have to look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while. I think corporate. C.
Okay, well, my
hypercorps.
C rep was 20. My
Yeah.
G rep is 50.
Yeah, with the 33,
Though,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
33, you can get like a dozen mini missiles.
All right.
So you can get
cool.
so yeah, you
Do you
get
have a launcher, or you pass them to me?
Yeah, no, I have a seeker rifle.
Okay.
And I mean, I might split them with you. My seeker weapons is at 60.
Where did I find my individual
Secret weapon would be a skill. You have a secret underbarrel launcher, so it uses the same type.
Mine's 75.
I mean, I'll go 50-50
Okay,
with
we'll
you.
split them. Okay. So I got 6.
Yeah, so with the Seekers, they're definitely long range weapons. So you
Right.
can, and you can also paint targets and do indirect fire with them because they literally are like really tiny predator or whatever.
It's entirely
Patriots,
like
yeah.
scorched earth.
Yeah.
I mean, like using the lazy boys.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do before?
Can I hook my nano detector up to the APC sensors to scan the bunker?
You're already doing that.
Okay.
There's nothing coming in or out of the bunker.
Okay.
Can I call
Can I
in-
call the?
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I guess
This
my,
is like
my
the
networking is
research
among-
prep phase.
Yeah, my networking is among the ultimate, so I guess I'll try and see if any of the other brethren out there have
Sure.
tried to infiltrate this
Yep.
friggin' place. And that's I gotta beat a 40. That's not good. Yeah, no, not even close.
Okay.
All right, so
I want to.
Surprisingly, not kind of unsurprisingly, the Ultimates have nothing to do with the marketing or resort into high. Like it's a very profitable market because the oligarchs are getting richer and richer,
Right.
and they want more and more decadent Westworlds, and so there's a lot of money in developing the thing that will attract the more finicky customers, but. No one's been to this particular place or knows anything about it. So yeah.
I want to call my networking criminal dudes again to find out more information about this place.
Okay. Do you have
Yes,
other networking?
that
Okay.
made it. I do have criminal networking,
Okay.
and it is a 52, and my thing is 60. So
Okay.
I did it.
With that, they can tell you this research. People know about this place, but they tell you Yeah, there's definitely something shady going on there because they've seen this kind of layout before. You see, satellites are a thing, and satellites with high-tech sensors to detect stuff buried underground is a thing. The way this is laid out is all the marketing research stuff, research facility, is built in such a way that there's probably stuff beneath it, but it wouldn't be able to be detectable by satellites. And they wouldn't need such a large, complex facility so far away from cities and stuff like that. Like, why would you build this so far away when you can't take a client out here to have them look at it and say, oh yeah, I'd spend $1 million credits at a place like this? Like,
I'd buy that for
This
$1.
is clearly a cover.
for something, yeah. And then, so they can tell you that. So they tell you there's probably going to be multiple levels below it, and that's where the real deal is. But those are going to have more and more security. The power plant's going to be about in the middle of the facility. Is there anything else you want to know in particular about it?
Is there anything about this particular dude and things that he has previously shown interest in that wouldn't...
Oh, he's a big buyer of Titan artifacts from the quarantine zone. There's one place on Mars that used to be a city, but then the Titans, during the fall, 10 years ago, destroyed it, and there's now a bunch of... But when the Titans left, they left all their war machines behind. And the war machines are kind of dormant, but some wake up every once in a while, so it's basically like a big wasteland filled with, crazy monsters and machines that will kill you if they look at you, if you look at them funny. But some people pay other people to go in there and steal stuff so they can try and reverse engineer it.
Okay. And he's one of those people.
He is one of those people.
Okay.
Which is really dangerous to do for a lot of reasons.
Less dangerous for him to pay people.
Yeah. But it's also highly, highly illegal because
Sure. Surprise.
Bringing those highly infectious things that could, infect a city and bringing it back into a city, maybe not a smart idea. So even the hyper corporation dominated Mars makes that illegal, and so the corporations can't do everything that they want to do because that would kill everybody. Anything else?
Let's see. Sorry, I'm still trying to track some of my stuff down. So,
otherwise, your characters just shoot the breeze until the door's open.
Right. So you did criminal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
He tried ultimate.
Okay, I'm gonna try to reach out hypercorp and see if they know anything different. So that's an 3 out of 45.
Okay. So. With that in mind, Drasane, eccentric brother to the actual oligarch, he is definitely an academic. Drasane is definitely an academic type who disappears for long stretches of time. He is known as a micromanager for some of these research projects he's been. Very hands-on, very arrogant, very interested in trying to figure out what happened to the Titans. Where did they go?
First answer who, second answer cares.
Yes. Well, you're saying cares, and that's one of the things he's been doing.
No.
Is he currently gone?
Yes, he is currently. He has not been seen in any of the Martian cities recently. So he is believed to have taken. They have these. Believe him taking a shuttle off world, but nobody knows for sure because again, they don't exactly advertise their travel habits.
Sure.
So. Yeah, but he is definitely so he's sort of the smart nerdy brother to a super ultra rich trillionaire. So anyways, anything else?
I don't think so.
So essentially, whatever is going on here.
So yeah, your standing mission is 1, obviously, find out what's going on. 2, if there's an insurgent faction, stop it. And 3, well, there are different factions within Firewall, so you can kind of decide which faction you are. Are you just kill it all and who cares how it happened? Or 2, or you'd be like, we need to find out what happened. Or 3, what if there's something here we could use in future battles? So that.
Or D.
Yeah.
All of the above.
That's true. So you can kind of think about what your standing mission is here. But the bunker doors open and you get the hey, a little message from Cyrock. Hey, I'm still alive. I'm not.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. I'm not an insurgent, but you should really get down here. I'm on level 2, testing. That's what they call the level. It's a testing level.
That wasn't testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There's level 1 apparently there's a comm center and a shelter or some sort of living quarters. And 3 below I don't know what's down there. I've found some people to help. I don't know their names. They don't remember their names. They're kind of we'll talk about it later. Anyways, so the bunker
What
doors
is
open.
this thing babbling about?
If you have networking firewall, you can see if you know anything about Cyrock.
All right.
It's
I
not
do.
great, but
Well, you can always.
17 out of 40.
nope.
Cyrock is an open source AGI that was Firewall has copied and made many different versions of for different tasks. He is known to be sometimes obnoxiously cheerful and occasionally someone who takes unnecessary risks and acts foolishly, but it has been apparently very popular in certain sections of Firewall because they keep sending different versions of them out. So you pop out of the bunker.
So now this really is an extraction mission because now we have people on the ground in there.
Well, that's up to you, actually. You could always say, if you want to be ruthless, you'd be like, nah. Or another thing you could do is, you don't be totally ruthless, is you could put them into, most morphs will have what they call a cortical stack, which is a synthetic diamond armored little hard drive that they put in the base of the skull. And then and that's where the ego is kept. So if someone's physical body is destroyed, you pop out their cortical stack and be like, well, we can restore you from backup. So you could put them... Yeah.
If you have the stacks, you're not restoring from backup.
Well, I mean, restoring them from the stack, yeah. We can restore you from that. So if you don't want to have people with you, you could just take their stacks and...
But let's
Honor challenge.
Yep.
I
I
think I'd take this up for hostage rescue. Like,
yeah.
or maybe not hostage rescue, asset extraction.
Yeah, like that's maybe that's a good plan B.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ever present plan B. As long as someone walks out with a stack of a sack of cortical stacks, you have not completely lost.
Yeah. Because you can always pop them, load the cortical stacks in the simulation, and then talk to them and find out who they are, assuming they're not infected with something. But you go down the stairs. You see on level 1 there are there's a staircase leading down to level 2 directly to testing. But there is also on level 1 you do see a corridor. One thing you're all TACnet in actually. Are you connecting to the mesh of this facility? Then the computer network, the wireless network of this facility, which would give you access to the augmented reality of it.
I actually wanted to I forget, but
the Ecto?
Yes, I would like to fab up an
Ectos
Ecto.
are basically little tablet computers.
Yeah,
So.
as low quality as possible.
So you can't be
Intentionally low quality.
All right, so you can't be Basilisk.
Yes, I would like to flicker box, please.
Okay. So you have a little tablet, a little Ecto with you. So you're connecting that to the mesh?
Yes.
Okay. It has the augmented reality interface on it, so you get there are little AR tags for the facility that instead of having handwritten or painted maps or signs, all the signage is all in augmented reality. So using that to look at, you can see this door leads to the comms room, which is sealed. But the other way leads to the living quarters. And those of you, those of you with T-ray emitters, get T-ray scanned. Somebody's in there with a T-ray emitter who just noticed you. So
In the living quarters, not in the comm.
yeah.
Okay.
So you could use T-ray emitters and look back at them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if they already know we're here.
Yeah.
All right. So what you see, you can give me perception checks. You see how much detail you can have.
Where's...
I make.
Okay.
I also make 32 out of 50.
Okay. So you see, There are 4 podmorphs. These are, again, the cyborg people. Then there are 5 biomorphs, like normal, like human bodies, like all flesh. And they have cybernetic. Some of them have cybernetic implants. All of them have cortical stacks. One of the podmorphs has been tied up with chains at the back of the room in a small area, and he looks slumped over. He looks heavily injured. You don't see any weapons in the room, but you can see the people are talking among the and the other podmorphs are just sort of standing, sort of like this in the corner, like they're servants. But the 5 people are agitatedly talking to each other. They're like, they're pointing in your general direction too, and scanning you with the T-rays. You can step outside of the range of their T-rays if you want. But they know you're there, and they can see that you're seeing each other. There's just a solid door between you, so you could knock on the door. You could use the Ecto to try and connect to their comp PA system and talk to them. Are you going to T-ray the comm room?
Do you want me to force entry? Or you want to try and chat with them?
Let's find out if we're forcing entry. Go ahead with that. Let's find out if you would be forcing entry on a room full of tentacles and tentacle yuck.
Okay.
They all look normal right now. So
All right.
Right now.
Yeah, let's do scan the comm room first.
all right, you scan the comm room. Give me another perception check.
Yeah, 8.
Okay. You can tell a heat missile has been detonated in this room. There were communication facilities that connected it to a antenna that would raise up to the surface, but
It done got blown up.
And the staircase leading from the comms facility to the next level has been collapsed. They had thermite as well, and they used it to melt slag that. So
somebody's running around.
there's also a body in there with a cortical stack.
And
A body with a cortical staff.
And this is someone in combat armor, and he has a massive... It looks like he's been flayed partially, like he's just in multiple large lacerations, but he has...
Don't touch that.
It's a biomorph.
Send your robot to touch that.
If I send my robot to touch that, I guess I could go get the cortical stack. Is that what you're thinking? Okay.
Yeah, if it's a biomorph, then we're running a relatively decent chance that it's not a dual vector.
It's not a... the biological version of the exurgent virus obviously cannot infect a robot.
Unless there's something that can be both. But,
Nanoplagues, but that's a swarm of nanobots, and that's detectable too.
Yeah.
So it's guessing which vector it is and using the thing it's strong against. It's like Pokemon, so only with extinction level threats.
Yay!
By the way, what are your character code names? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to introduce your characters. Your second set of characters.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is Bill. I'm playing the Hidden Concern Assassin pre-gen, and my name is Alizarin Crimson.
I'm sorry, say
Alizarin Crimson.
Alizarin's Crimson, okay. All right. And Renee?
I am playing a criminal hacker, aka a swarm, and my name is Wisp.
Wisp, I like it. Jason?
Yeah, I am playing the Ultimate Purifier pre-gen, and my name is Minatbar Khan Baraksai. You could just go with Minatbar.
Minatbar.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Minatbar. All right, so Wisp, you're sending your robot in.
My robot will.
Okay. Your little servitor robot, I have to look up their stats, but I think it's a walker. It doesn't have treads. So it's just looks like, was that Sony servant robot, but more graceful. It just kind of walks in. And it's there, so it sees the body,
It's going to remove the cortical stack, and then promptly exit the room.
Okay. It does that.
Can I trot out my cleaner swarm on that?
Yeah, you could activate your cleaner swarm to sterilize the robot and the cortical stack.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So while it's doing that, you're going to try and make contact with the living quarters?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you using the Ecto of the PA or just trying? Okay.
The Ecto and the PA.
All right.
Attention Kmart shoppers.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I figure if it's a flicker box Ecto, it's going to be poor voice quality anyway. So
It has to be degraded.
Yeah.
And he is a memeish.
I'm sorry. Are you with Somatech? We were expecting more people to come.
So
Are you just the scouts?
liberators?
We're independent contractors.
Oh God! Please don't kill. Oh God! No! No. I have credits. I have a band. You know he's panicking. So
Maybe not that kind so much. We would just like to make sure that you're not, trotting out hordes of bone and meat tentacles if we were to let you out to talk to you face to face. So, are you an exsurgeon? You have to tell me if you're an exsurgeon.
no. Do you have kinesics?
I do.
All right.
I'm not shit at it. But, sometimes you roll bad.
I also have kinesics.
All right. Yeah, you can listen in. You guys are all TACnet together, by the way.
I didn't make it.
Okay.
Just barely, but I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, as far as you can tell, yeah, he's telling the truth. So, look,
I'm good at bluffing. I'm not good at reading bluffing per se.
all right.
You were about to say?
The door's open. Wait, can you get us out of here?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
But,
Can you walk?
Yeah, of course. We're fine. We made it, and we created a buffer zone between us and the compromised facility. So it's all quarantined down there.
So we're sort of here. There's an old Earth advertising symbol you might have known. A bald man with an earring. Tended to all find
Another voice pops up. Yeah, I recognize that.
Yeah, you might say we're here for sort of the same reason.
They start whispering. Wait, you're not those anarchist terrorists, the Firewall, right?
No. I was just trying to be pithy.
You're oversight, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. So the oversight is the essentially the corporate version of Firewall that is basically their black ops team that cleans up their mistakes.
Sure.
So yeah, you could just tell them you're oversight.
Yeah.
Do you have deception?
Yeah.
All right.
I certainly do.
All right. I'll give you plus
Either
20
that, or I could just be sock puppeting Jason's guy. I mean, if you have the better line number.
Okay, I've got dual in this, Ross. So
Sure.
It's showing my base at either 30 or 40, and that's my total at 35
Mine's
or
at
45.
55.
So
you're still better than me,
what do I have?
Probably
What
one of your
popping
drugs.
posted?
Deception, bluffing. Oh, 45. Yeah, 45 when you're bluffing. That's because it's your specialty.
Gotcha.
So this would be bluffing because you're
Right.
So 45. Can
Although you're
Mine's
55 across the board.
then let
Deception 55.
Yeah, go and roll.
What with the criminal and
Don't
all
forget, you
that.
all have a Moxie set. And you can gain more Moxie.
Nope, that's a 60. No, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's a
92.
92. That's not a win.
Yeah.
But you could Moxie.
I could Moxie it, but I have one.
It's
Probably.
a choice.
It's always a choice. Honestly, it's fine.
I don't think it matters. Like, they want to believe what they want to believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, does it really matter who we are?
Okay, yeah, we have one of the suspects. One of the yeah. Take him. Don't hurt us. Yeah, but we're opening the door now.
How about not?
Oh, okay.
How about you tell us
What that
everything you know first?
Okay.
Tell us in your own words what happened.
All right. Let's see. Do you have investigation or some sort of skill to analyze their disjointed narrative? Let's see here. Yeah, investigation is a skill, but I'd allow other skills. Profession skills would be good. I think you have a security.
I got security ops. Yeah.
Perception?
Or no,
that's
profession. Profession like security ops or academics or hardware or something like that.
I got a 65.
Yeah,
Security
that's-
ops. I also
good.
have security ops.
You should both.
It's 55.
Mine's a little better. And I make. That's
down
a
you
10.
too.
All right, so what you gather from
might
him
crit.
is that the facility. Okay, yeah.
No, but I did make.
The facility was sort of broken up into two sections. One was the testing and above, level 1 and 2, and then there was below. But level 3 had power and a healing vat / morph growing center, which was occasionally used for testing, but that was like a higher security level to get in there. And then below that on level 4, there's a very large nanofabrication facility, which was nominally to build these fancy resort areas to test out. But it was active a lot, and people didn't really know about it. So what happened 28 hours ago is there was a security drill. And then there was a security alarm, and then there was everything is fine.
Followed by the screams.
And the everything was fine, but it was done by the highest level admin, which they assume was Dursane, but so they assumed that there was some sort of attempted breakout, but that was contained. One of the security bots, one of the security facility. What did you say that? Reaper Morph, what was his name? Samwise came up and locked down testing level 2 and just locked it all exits from level 2 to the rest of us, and then just told everybody who was level 2 above to get to the living quarters and to stay there. And then people have, there's only one supervisor left, Supervisor Malone, and he has been trying to get, something blew up. Someone came into the comms facility and blew it up. Something happened over there, but they're not sure exactly what. But they're not sure exactly what happened. What they figured out and what you realized is that there's still some sort of outside access to the area. You realize whoever the exsurgent or whoever's behind this has realized if they compromise levels 2 and 1, that exsurgent growth would be detectable by satellite. Those heat patterns and those other things would, the other sort of signs of the exsurgent infection would probably be perceivable by satellite. So if they leave the first 2 levels untouched, then everything below it is fair game. So whoever's behind it has still some sort of rationality. They're not just a mindless monster. And they have access to the outside world, too, because they're sending, we got everything's fine here. Don't send rescue. No, we contained it. So, because you made that roll, you realize it's a good chance that Dursane is now infected with a version of the exsurgent virus that allows him to still think rationally. And there are versions like that.
Oh, good. So now he's a Resident Evil villain.
Yeah. So, one, you realize there's the comms facility's been knocked out, but there's still, the antenna is probably on the surface, so if you blow that up, he won't be able to send the all clear sign anymore, and they'll eventually get suspicious and send in security teams, whoever his corporate. But who knows how long that will take, and he will know that something's up because when his antenna blows up, he realizes there's somebody up there fucking with him. So,
or we could just clean out levels 1 and 2. This is far away from the city.
Yeah.
Go ahead and breach level 3 and GTFO.
Well, you also, with your successful check, also realize if level 3 is directly below level 2, obviously, you could get to the power plant, and Wisp would know how to cause the reactor to melt down, and that would destroy the whole place. Of course, you're not going to get any information about what Dursane was up to, how he got infected, or what he was researching before he got infected.
We're taking off and nuking it from orbit, because that's the only way to be sure.
So that's if you want to make the scenario short, that's get to level 3 and nuke it. But there are, no one knows how many levels there are below. They know at least to 4, which is a large nanofabrication facility. There's at least a 5. So you can. There's also from level 2 there is a large elevator shaft that goes below that, goes to that level 5, but nobody here has been there. So
if we blow the antenna, is there decency we can draw him out?
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, that would be a good thing to hit the hornet's nest and see what comes out.
unless what comes out is a, no longer human monstrosity of flesh and whatever else.
Well, you do have, if you can lure to the surface, you have the APC, which has multiple weapons on it. And Clarice, and she would at least be able to send a warning. And if it's on the surface, all the satellites are going to detect it.
Yeah.
And there are, like, all the governments of Mars would like, oh shit, there's another surge infection over here. Let's go fucking. They'll nuke it from orbit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I mean, lest we forget, we have thermal barracks, we have plasma, we have.
You can also lay a trap for it too.
Yeah.
You have enough missiles, you could rig up a mine.
Right. So maybe let's just call
That's
it
from
as,
interrogating them and talking for an hour. Oh, you also find out that poor. All the guys in Podmorphs are AGI servants that the humans are mistreating, and they're blaming one as being a collaborator or a traitor, and they're just torturing the poor guy.
The servants are?
No, the humans are.
Humans are
The one who's tied up and beaten up in the corner because they're just angry, and also humans have prejudice against AGIs because AIs killed off 95% of the people, so people are mistrustful of them.
Can you get inside his head and see what's going, like what he did or did not do while we?
Yeah, you can hack them.
I'm not going to hack him directly.
Oh yeah, You could use the Ecto to do it, or you could use your servant robot to do it.
I like Will a lot, so let's use the Ecto.
All right. So go ahead and give me an infosec check, standard.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Was not critical fail though.
All right. You get locked out.
So while we're having the conversations with them, what is it like? Do we have the stuff available? Do we have the skills available to contact the guy in the stack?
If you load him into something, you can load him into the Ecto, you can load him in the servant robot.
Let's load him into the Ecto.
Okay.
Yeah, while we're not using it to hack.
Sure.
Well, you failed your hack attempt, so you can load him in there. So, go good. Oh, what happened to me?
Yeah, looks like things didn't go well.
All right.
Hello, who am I speaking with?
All right. Someone needs to give me some kind of social check to calm the guy down because he is. You realize you just reloaded him right after he got violently murdered.
Yeah.
Or he had a violent death. So
shockingly, I have.
Deception would work if you want to just, convince him everything's fine.
I have deception. I have
Just tell me what lie you will
Interest,
say.
impersonation.
Impersonation would work, yeah. You can convince him you're a superior officer. Deception, just, you can lie to him to calm him down.
Okay. That my deception is
Everything's
55.
gone.
I've got one.
Okay.
Academics philosophy.
Oh, I would allow that.
Oh, please.
Please give me a line of this.
What is your...
My deception's 55,
Okay,
but I think yours is funnier.
my
So
philosophy.
I'll give you a plus 10 bonus.
Also, obviously, this is a cave metaphor.
Yeah. All right.
You are no longer watching the shadows on the cave wall.
But it failed anyways.
Was it a critical failure?
No, it wasn't. Damn.
He does give you his name. He's a private with direct action. Someone can give you a name.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Harvey. Yeah, Private Harvey. Direct action on a secure facility. Protection detail. I cannot give you any more information.
I've got attack.
Okay.
Interest wanted fugitives.
Okay.
I want to convince him I'm from 9 Lives.
Okay. Just so you two know, 9 Lives is a criminal syndicate that steals people's minds, egos, and then sells them to other people. This crime is known as soul trafficking, and it's about as evil as you can.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
55 out of 60.
Oh, you made it.
Swear to me.
Yeah. He's just crying. He's just bawling.
Poor Harvey.
Yeah.
If baby talks and daddy likes, maybe we won't make beta forks of baby forever.
Oh, please Please don't. Okay. What do you want to know? So yeah, it's putty in your hands.
Okay.
You feel really bad about this. Well, maybe not.
He's a human, like I care.
Okay, that's good.
Right. So we found your body in the remains of a
Oh yeah, it was real bad. They were at it was level 6 or I can't even I don't have access to level 7. But I just alarms started going off, and I went in there and I just God, it actually came down from above us. They got in the nanofab first. It made itself a body. And it was a snapper. There's at least a snapper down there. And I just ran. I let everybody, they just died to make sure I could get word up to the top. But there was already something coming out of the vats, and I killed it. But it wounded me. I was bleeding out. My medicines weren't working. It was fighting off the infection, and my missile I had my missile launcher on my back, and it just detonated. And that's the last thing I remember. So you can give me another security ops check to try to.
Wow. Bastard.
And if anybody has anything related to Titans or Insurgents, skill wise.
Security ops chat. Nope. Terrible.
Yeah, I'm good. I make
Okay.
4 out of 65.
So it sounds like the initial point of the infection, it was multiple places at once, but it got to the virus. It must have been in digital format. Got to the nanofabrication factory and made itself a robotic body.
at which point it is dual vector.
Yeah, it's very nasty. So you made the check. So you get one bit of information, and then obviously it infected his missile launcher. You didn't get out. Yeah. So, well, you realize it must have had whoever it initially infected had admin privileges over the missile launcher. So, you're guessing someone in the lab or level 6. He mentions level 6 is a lab, is a research lab. Got infected, and then it spread very quickly after that. And a lot of safeguards failed. But you've heard of snappers before, because they were very common in the fall, wiping out people. So imagine like this is what when the insurgent virus takes a vehicle and sort of morphs it into a thing like this, and that sort of
It's a damn mechanical centipede.
yeah, but bigger than a car. And so snapper movement is as perplexing as it is terrifying to behold. They technically walk on their limbs, but they do so in an unpredictable rolling gait, seeming to stumble or fall up wherever they go. Their bizarre movements, large size, thick armor, and giant pinchers make them formidable opponents.
I don't care what happened here. I just care that it stops.
Well, you also know that this was obviously they were researching Titan technology here.
Look, I mean, I am
wanna just light it up?
I am all for finding useful things for Firewall when we can, but I'm interested in finding them in ways that don't probably involve dying horribly, and
Well, you also
hoping
know-
that my memories don't get recovered.
You also know that snappers are killable. They're not the most powerful, or they're not the most dangerous. They're dangerous, but they're not fractals. Fractals are the worst because they're essentially floating nanofabricators that can make whatever they want whenever they want, and they can just disassemble you on a molecular level. Those are the worst things.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is just evil. Well, dangerous robot. So, but there's obviously other things.
But
He's
an
also
unknown, how bad is this insurgent virus? Did it just make snappers as a warm-up
Yeah.
because it was having a fit of pique and didn't want to escalate until it had to?
Okay, that's fair.
So,
Conservation of energy and all.
Yeah.
penetrate 3rd floor, set the bomb, grab our assets, bounce on the double.
Yeah. Maybe it sounds like maybe the 2nd floor is holdable as secure, so maybe let's try to clear out before we put ourselves on a clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Let's see here. So yeah, you have access to the stairs. Mm-hmm. When you go to level 2.
Oh boy, I don't know if this would be a good idea or the worst idea. Okay, do you guys want to gamble on this really, really going south so incredibly fast? But if it doesn't, it means maybe we can, do more good things where we can? Because if so, then I would send my cleaner swarm to go look at whatever's left of the guy's missile launcher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's disintegrated. It blew.
Okay. So there's no way I can pick up a trace to set the cleaner swarm.
Actually, on the biological thing, I will say it does pick up a anomalous biological sample.
Okay.
His body was intact enough.
Okay.
And it was lacerated by something biological.
Yep.
So
okay.
There are actually bone fragments in the wounds.
All right.
That are not.
So
his.
As soon as it's got a lock on that, I'm going to have it clean it.
Okay. So yeah, it'll
surprises.
read that. So anytime it detects that,
Okay.
it will auto clean it.
I'm going to instruct the swarm to be on the doorway of the living quarters.
Okay.
And I am going to... Should we inform them of that or not?
Yeah, it'll detect if anyone's infected with that strain of the virus, it'll detect it.
Okay.
So you can screen out everyone for that.
Yeah. We just
Don't tell them.
don't
Just...
tell 'em.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell them, sit tight, be quiet, stop beating up on the robot. We'll be back.
Okay, yeah.
We'll be checking out your memory vids later.
Okay.
We will beat you at least commensurately if you continue.
I show them my big fuck off sword and say, this gets a lot more creative than the gun.
They're just like, no, whatever.
And
you say.
remember,
Yeah.
I use chemicals natively.
God damn octopus.
What was that?
I'm sorry. You also you do actually get a message on your ectomorph. It's from one of the other humans, one of the other biomorphs. A woman, someone give me a name. Genevieve is like I'm a coder. Before when it was happening, I got a message from one of my bosses. Doctor, let me give a name. Let's see here, Dr. Graham. And Dr. Graham, I think Dr. Graham was holding up in had his own little bolt hole at the bottom level, but gave me like there's a hole in the security software that I can send a message to, or sort of an A-OK to find out if he's still intact. I can send that to you, and you can see if Dr. Graham is still alive in the little bolt hole.
All right.
So you get that.
We have a flicker box. That's what it's for.
Yeah. So you can find it. So you can send that. Do you want to just basically tug on the bell to see if there's anyone there? Yes.
Okay.
But that's all about you can get from that, because it's a maximized, non-detection and security. So there is someone alive who is claiming to be non-infected with the exurgent virus on level 6.
That's exactly what an exurgent would say.
Yep. But Dr. Graham apparently is a head researcher there, so I have a lot of useful information. But yeah, you can it's your call in the field. But anyways, so you get down, so you check everyone out. There are 9 people there, 4 podmorphs, 4 biomorphs. And none of them have this virus.
Okay.
Or this strain of it.
Let's not put them on the APC yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they have light emergency vac suits, because obviously Mars is not fully terraformed yet. The people cannot breathe that air without a vac suit, but they have light vacuum suits that'll protect them, give them minimal protection, but they can linger in the stairwell outside or near the entrance and just kind of hope for the best. Just tell us what to do. We don't want to die. Clary says, I can call in another vehicle to pick them up, or at least to accompany us, a lighter, more, explodable vehicle if necessary.
Yes, please.
All right, I'll have that delivered here.
Please have it driven by a Cyrock.
It'll just have autopilot.
All right.
So yeah, you go down to the second level. I assume.
They make such a great popping noise.
So you get down to the second level, I assume, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you get to the stairwell, the security console, and there is a woman in a very like archaic dress, and she is holding a painting of herself in a straw hat. And
It's a bit narcissistic.
yeah. Yeah. And there's a little box on a security console, and Cyrock pings you from that, or he asks to be let onto the TACnet. It's like, hi. Or he pings the Ecto and says, oh, hey, it's me, I'm Cyrock, I'm the little box on the security console. And I'm the infiltrator here. I found some people to help, and the security guard, his name is Samwise. And he's very nervous. He's kind of neurotic. So this is just babbling on the Ecto, unless you guys want to pull him into the
Authentication?
yeah. What do you do when the apartment is...
We really need to come up with another set of phrases.
what do you do when the apartment has ants, or you burn the apartment
down? Yeah. What do you do when the exterminator's late?
Yeah, sorry, that's it. What do you do when the exterminator's late? You burn the apartment building down. That's the Firewall call and response, challenge and response.
Okay.
That's a running joke for our Eclipse Phase games.
You want ants? That's how you get ants.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he authenticates.
Okay.
So you let him on.
Yes.
All right. So say, hey.
Well, okay, we don't have to.
Yeah. I'm really excited that you guys are able to make it. I made some new friends. They're really helpful. And I got a bunch of information about what's going on.
Let's define making new friends.
But they'll help us, and there's a whole bank of egos. There's like 500 egos in the bank, but I picked the 4 most stable ones. And cooperative.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I don't know what they're used for, but they're rated in mental stability and cooperative traits. So, primarily.
Well, that was handy, wasn't it?
Yeah. I have some theories about that, but I'm not spending any processor cycles trying to think about that.
That's good.
Yeah. So
So this big old ego bank, is this a thing we would need to physically secure? Or...
yeah, it's a big server. I mean,
okay.
There's
Any
lot
idea what level it's on?
Oh, it's here on this. It's in the Manor house. It's in the little. Yeah, if you step through these double doors here, that's in there. This whole area is secure now, thanks to these 4 people, Elizabeth and Rosie and Marcus. There, he's the one with the big bloody chest wound. Don't worry, he's fine.
Okay. We're gonna put a pin in that one for now.
Justin.
Mrs. Justin?
Justin's an infomorph too. So, but Samwise agreed to give us access to the network, and we're all friends now. So, there have been some things banging on security doors over there.
Who is Samwise?
The Reaper.
No, I know. Character was.
He's cloaked right now. He's out in that meadow past the house, and he's a big Reaper morph. With a big heavy.
I beg your pardon. Did you say Reaper morph?
Yeah. No, he's fine.
Got a couple questions.
You also have a T-ray emitter, so
Yeah, you can scan it. I told him you're fine, and he believes that you guys are here as part of a rescue team. So don't tell him.
We are.
Yeah. So don't tell him you're a Firewall, because that would be you. He thinks Firewall's terrorist, probably.
don't tell him we're what now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of things that have woken up now, and they're banging on one of the security doors over there. And the power plant's on the other door. And then I've actually been doing some scanning. Thanks, Rosie's been really helpful. Scan the bottom of the facility. I noticed there's actually a really intricate mechanical structure made out of diamond below us.
How far?
It starts actually about 100 meters down, and then it keeps going. She's sending actually a tiny robot that's sending little reports, and it's getting more and more complex. It's a dazzling complex thing. I can't really make it out. Hey.
Okay.
I can send you the data if you want to look at it.
That would be great. Send it to this Ecto.
Okay. Does anybody have a hardware or academic skill to try and analyze the structure being built down there?
Academics engineering?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
No.
Do you want to mox it?
No, that would be worse.
Okay.
95?
You could re-roll. Allow if you want to spend a moxie. You don't have to do it.
I've only got one.
Save it for not.
Yeah,
dying.
I've only got one Moxie,
Sure.
and that doesn't seem important enough.
You cannot figure out the structure. You didn't critically fail, so you get some information. It is dazzlingly complex. They're making it out of synthetic diamond. Thanks again. They're repurposing the nanofabrication facility to turn the facility into. It looks. You're guessing, just judging from this, that it's some sort of machine, but it's entirely mechanical. You don't see any power or anything else like that. So, but it's built down to the nano size. Like
Networking firewall.
you have to go back up to the
Should I
surface.
send this to?
So you're going back up to the surface to send messages.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I feel like this might be,
Sure. Go on,
important. Yeah, 13 out of 40.
It'll be my message. Stand by. Then you a moment later. Are you there now?
Not like right there. We're on top of it, probably 150 meters.
Oh wow, there's a file on this because we've seen this before. It was on an exoplanet though. Wow. Our working theory is that this is and the gamma racers, why they just nuked it all. We didn't get it. We think it's a computer, entirely mechanical, but something. It's amazing, isn't it?
Great.
But yeah, it's some sort of alternate theory of computation. I think maybe it's an attempt to make computronium. But
To make what now? That sounds like something from a really crummy web or mesh video.
oh no, that's like a material made of pure computational limits. Something to process to compute as fast as physically possible by the laws of the universe. So the person who's talking to you would just instance as a blank infomorph because they're just talking faster and faster. You realize it's some sort of AGI researcher who is just really excited about this, and so.
Okay, wait. Cyrake.
Yeah.
Can I call you Cyrake?
I am made of a merge of two different Cyrox.
Cyraki.
Yeah, okay, Cyrake B.
Yeah, okay.
We just call her Abba.
What if I told you that most of this was also hooked up to... Actually, that's horrible OPSEC.
There's a lot of rep in it if you can get more detailed scans of this thing or find out why they're doing it.
What if I said I have a fairly good idea of why they're doing it and is real bad, man?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it is. You're not on an exoplanet or some asteroid because Mars is pretty important.
Right. Okay.
We can't lose Mars.
Right. In a slightly more out of character, like at this point, should we be kicking this up to a proxy? Because this sounds really bad.
You proxies are being alerted.
Okay.
So, you do get a message. We will have more. We were getting more resources to orient on your position.
Okay. In the meanwhile,
However,
like,
if you raise your profile too much, the corporate response will. We have only a small window before whoever really owns this place will realize that something's up.
Okay, I'm just looking for a sense of direction here.
Okay.
Like, I realize, we're cell-based, it's freelance, basically, all that kind of stuff, but what is the general temperature? Should we try to find out about this, or should it be a gigantic computer made out of computers potentially being operated by an exurgent nanoswarm?
Well,
Which sounds like it's exactly... No, it sounds like it's worse than it sounds.
Well, you're not getting a massive heat or power signature from it or anything. Well, maybe that's the reason why it's mechanical instead of that is to avoid that kind of detection. I would keep pushing forward until you're about to get blown up or overrun to get more information. But that's just me.
Yeah. Thanks.
It would be really neat if you could get more data for us. But it's your call. I'm not the proxies were until you can. It's inconclusive right now because you haven't gotten enough information.
My motivation is thrill seeking.
I would probably secure the power plant first, so you can do it.
That sounds like a good plan.
Okay. So, anyways, you two, the other people who are on level 2, your previous characters, can meet up with you. The washerwoman and Samwise uncloaks himself, and he's a heavily armed Reaper. It does point out, there are biological samples over there's 3 stairwells down, one leading to the healing vent, and there's multiple things banging up against that security door. He is sort of focused on that. There's the central way down, which leads all the way to level 5, and it's just there are black diamond mechanical computer parts along that are starting to work their way, being built all on the way up. So it's up to about level 4. So and then the other way is directly to the power plant, and there's no immediate threat that you can perceive by T-raying or anything like that.
Okay, so we have EMP grenades, which would not serve to start off a chain reaction in the power plant.
Nope.
Do we have anything else that's leave-behindable that we can hook up in that kind of... Oh, I guess I've
got thermal barracks. I've got 1 HEAP missile that we can yank out of the launcher to rig up. Mm-hmm. I've got I've got hundreds of rounds for the Seeker. And I've got pretty decent demolitions, so I think we can probably rig up an IED out of all this.
So
is it going to be enough?
Well, ideally, if you can get her to the reactor control panel or access the... I'm assuming you're not going to tack into the mesh. You can try to mesh into the reactor security controls, but it's probably going to be air-gapped which means it's not connected to the network, so you actually have to be to a physical panel to program it to go critical, which is the way to, nuke it from orbit. If you just shoot a lot of explosives in there, it'll knock out power and irradiate everything.
Can I get Rosie to create a robot that could do that, though?
To access the security panel?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could use your servitor robot if he can get there. Because you don't have... you'd have to actually... You can only T-ray up the corridor leading... Or you're above the power plant right now. You can T-ray the stairwell down, but you don't have eyes in the power plant itself. You'd have to go further in to do that. And also, your T-rays are going to be...
Can we send one of Rosie's map robots?
Oh, yeah, you can, yeah. Actually, you send one of that, and after it gets down the stairwell, it goes offline.
Okay.
If we're tech-netted, can somebody else, direct... this probably isn't InfoSec. Would it be InfoSec?
To do what?
To essentially set up the reactor as a rabbit trap, as leave the box standing open on a peg with a string on it.
To cause it to nuke?
Yeah. So we can yank the string when we need to.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Once you've taken over once you've gotten to that panel. Right,
but somebody else with a higher info... Sorry, I'm just proposing because I have high infiltration and chameleon skin.
Mm-hmm. You could get there, and then if you could bring the Ecto and plug it into the security panel, and then she could hack it.
Okay. Well,
once you can get a trusted device to the panel,
sure,
that's all you need to do to hack it.
Can we get Rosie to make us another Echo while we're doing that?
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you can have as many Ectos as you want.
Cool. Okay.
So I build a throne out of flicker boxes.
You have a throne of cheap electronics. So they call you Sir Best Buy. The problem is that it's partially the background radiation is disrupting your T-rays a little bit, so you won't have a bonus on any sensory checks that involve T-rays. And 2, something knocked out that robot as soon as it got down there.
Right. So I'm actually planning on going alone because high infiltration and I can turn my skin to look like the wall.
And
I
you
also
can
have
carry
chameleon
things.
coating though on my power armor, so I
Okay.
can back you up.
All right.
Do you have anything is there dampening on that for like thermal dampening or something? I think there's something that like
I
adds to heat.
I have thermal dampening.
Yeah, I have chameleon coating, immunogenic system, offensive armor, reactive coating, self-healing, and shockproof. That's
Okay.
For the armor.
So thermal dampening means thermal sensors will have a harder time reading him. You do not have that. So,
okay, so
someone with thermal sensors.
I can't be detected by infrared. Got it.
It's still an infiltration check. It's just he will have a bonus compared to you because he is less visible.
Okay.
I also have Limber 2, which basically means even though I have like mods in my body, I can pull all that dumb octopus bullshit that you see in web videos and disappear through a pipe
Your Octodad?
this big. Yeah.
Well, he's a lot
Deadly
more
as
limber.
catch.
He's a lot more agile. Than all right. Yeah.
What's sniffer
what is-
software?
Sniffer is for sniffing threats on a computer network.
Okay.
So
I actually don't
that's part of your
have-
hacking stuff.
Sure.
Infiltration as a skill.
It's also sniffing out figuring out what's on the network.
So probably
Yeah.
probably
So once you
best
get into
to
a
go-
network-
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
seeing
sure
what
your
other
coordination
systems are.
is good, but it
Okay.
means you're rolling at base coordination.
So if somebody's
That's what that
plugged in
is.
something
Yeah.
that they're trying to hide, you'd be like, "Oh, you plugged in that secret computer."
Yeah, that's pretty low. That's a 35. Like,
All right, so you're gonna go down.
Yes.
All right, give me that infiltration check.
Okay. What's my bonus?
It's gonna be at base because guess what? Something detecting you is gonna
Okay.
cancel that out. So
All right. 43 out of 65. Yay, high MOS.
all right, give me a perception check too.
Okay. Is it vision or hearing?
Vision.
Okay. What's enhanced bonus?
30 plus 30.
Okay. 22 out of 80.
Okay, you see it.
I see it.
The snapper.
Okay. Does it see me?
It does not. Or if
Okay.
it does not react to you.
All right.
Give me a lucidity check.
Bueno.
Because it's real.
I am not super sane.
Well, you know,
Oh boy.
no character's perfect.
Crit fail. I will upgrade that
To a normal
just
fail.
Fucking normal.
Want me to roll the d10 or do you?
I don't really care. So 6. That hurts. That's a trauma.
That's a trauma. It's not 2 traumas, though. So anyways,
Well, 2 traumas is special.
2 traumas is special. That's when you start getting temporary insanity, I think.
Yup.
yeah.
1 trauma means you're at -10 to everything because you are fucking terrified.
Yeah.
You've seen videos of these. You've seen
Right.
XPs of these of ripping apart thousands of people in crowds and stuff like that and ripping armored tanks apart. And it's there. And it's kind of...
We just have access to a Faber, right?
You do have access to a nanofiber.
A nanofaber. Can I get some comfort started?
Maker, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If you make it back.
If I make it back, I'm fucking chowing down on some.
All right, so
yogurt.
you get within sight of the main security panel. You
Those
see,
are just condensed DLC.
the snapper is kind of moving around, and it's moving around in that weird, just unnatural gait that looks like it's just clipping through reality and it's just shifting.
It's speed running.
Yeah, it's speed running, but it's not, and it's just kind of, you're not sure, it's obviously watching, kind of patrolling around this place. And you can see it does have weapons on it. It has 2 rail guns on it. So, yeah. But anyways, and it's real fucking big. So, you need 1 more infiltration check to plant the device. Unless somebody gives the distraction, in which case you don't have to worry about being picked up by it.
Let's send down another robot.
Well, you actually saw the robot too, and it was intact, so it was probably just hacking it in order to disable it, because it's a cheap little robot, and it probably has an exploit. It has admin privileges, probably, to just turn those robots off.
Okay. Can we make a raccoon trap?
You're gonna have to.
Where the red fern grows, a raccoon trap, you put something shiny and a couple of nails pointed up so that it reaches in to grab it.
Oh, and it hurts
But,
itself?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
no,
does-
it gets stuck.
Oh, okay.
Because it won't let go.
Yeah, these things do favor melee attacks, even though it does have...
Oh, I didn't even mean physically. Like, it goes in to disable the thing.
Okay.
And... fuck it.
Gets caught in a loop.
No, never mind. Let's not try to basilisk hack baby Titan. That's
it's
a bad
not
choice.
a baby Titan. It's just a Titan war machine, you know? But anyways, you...
Okay, fine then. I'm willing to give this a go.
You could also paint a target for someone else with a seeker rifle to shoot at it. Of course, that would lead it to probably either retreat or to attack the person with the seeker rifle, which means it going up to level 2. Or you could have them lock the door, you know. Well, right now I assume the door is... They open... By the way, do you guys open the door and let them crawl through and then close it again, or is it open?
Close it behind me.
Closed it.
Okay. So you're just hack-netted.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why you're scared, too.
Yeah. So I could paint it for a seeker, which would distract it. Or, yeah, I could paint it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. I have micro missiles with saboteur nanites, which essentially puts a D10 divided by 2 dot on it that's just going to take it apart slowly. I mean, they're not disassemblers, but I would really love it if it was distracted. Like
I have a
would.
saboteur nanoswarm.
Want me to send a couple of armor-piercing rounds down there at it and piss it off?
Yeah, like I feel
How's
like
he gonna escape?
No, the point is, like, I'm trying to hit it with more damage, but it's going to be interested in you guys.
But how are you going to escape after you plant the thing?
We will burn that bridge when we get... Like, as long as it's
Okay.
not paying attention to me... Like, okay, I'm of two minds on this, because, hey, great, TACnet, and, you know, we all are high-speed characters, so we can talk reasonably about making these kind of plans.
Yeah,
Eclipse Phase is a fun game.
It is. Yep.
That's true.
So, on the other hand, one more infiltration check wouldn't be that hard. So, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and paint it.
Okay.
If things go poorly, I need a bigger threat.
Okay.
And I will try to support you in getting rid of this thing.
Motivations, achievement, challenges, honor. Of course I have your back, my octopi brother.
I would like subverting technology, so this is a technology thing that I would like to subvert.
All right.
All right, so this is you're going to go in
Yeah.
to plant the tank.
With a contingency that if it notices me, it's already painted.
No, it can perceive the security panel, but you realize because of your limberness, you can put the ecto in a place it would not have vision on, so
Sure.
which would still allow it to connect physically to the panel. So, so again, it's just going to be your base score against its base score. Against a 13.
32.
32, which again, blackjack highest that doesn't go over.
Yep.
Beats that. So you managed to plant it in there. Dunk. So
Only without that noise.
yeah, it does have enhanced steering. So you and also it does have lidar, but again, limber, you're able to press yourself up against the wall.
Can I... Oh man, I realize this is not a game that has preparedness, but what are those little tiny, like, nano-sized cameras?
Well, there's spines and there's other things for it too, but yeah, they're. Yeah.
Right, because I would really love to drop a very tiny and hard to detect camera in here.
Do you have that on your sheet?
No.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could have fabbed it.
If you had asked that before you got down.
Okay,
there.
well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I know this is not
You
a
had
game of
access to it, but
preparedness.
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's only been like 2 years since I played Eclipse Phase.
It's fair. It's
Then
fair.
we were just meat for the grinder for Gerard.
Yeah, it was fun. It was another one shot I ran. But anyways, Wisp, it's your turn. You can hack into it. You have to use the mesh to do this, but you're connecting via mesh to the actor, which is connected to the nuclear power plant's reactor. So
Just connected to the leg bone.
yeah, connected to that. So I assume you're trying to hack into it, break through his firewall, right?
That is correct.
All right, give me infosec.
Okay. Where's that? Okay.
Wait, are you going to use standard hacking or brute force? I mean, it's the same roll either case. Standard hacking takes 10 minutes and it's quieter. Brute force, brute force really there's no reason to unless you're in a brute.
I would not think that brute force is a good plan.
Yeah. All right.
24 out of 70. So yeah.
24 out of 70. That makes it. And so you get through the firewall, but the system is being monitored. So you're going to have to make another check against the admin, whoever that is.
Is that like infiltration?
No,
or...
it's InfoSec.
Oh, it's still InfoSec?
Yeah.
That did not make it, but I'm going to Moxie that.
To a what?
18.
18 beats that. All right, so you succeeded. The defender succeeded as well. You are on the system, but you are spotted. So it knows that someone's logged in. And so right now you are logged in at the user level, which lets you you have access to the controls of the power plant, but you don't have the admin blow everything up button.
How do I get to be the admin blow everything up?
One thing is do you have physics or anything related to hardware industrial?
I've got hardware industrial. In fact, I've got hardware electronics and hardware robotics.
Well, hardware industrial. This is power plant. You know how these work. You know how to break them.
Okay.
So you could do it with user privilege, your standard user privileges, but it's going to take longer, and he'll have a chance to boot you out because the admin is trying to find you and counter hack you. If you want to just keep hacking and get admin privileges and kick him out, that is going to, and because you're spotted, you're at a negative 10 penalty to your next check. So the question is, do you want to get it done now and have admin privileges, or do you want to figure out how to do it without hacking him again? Because if you fail your hacking checks, he can hack you back. So slower but safer, but riskier and faster.
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
My tendency is to go risky, but I will cede to your better judgment.
I think roll with your
Well,
character.
here's what happens. Actually, before you decide that, more information happens because she did get spotted, and the snapper turns around and looks at the security panel, and you realize that it must have a copy of itself as the admin on the security panel. So it realizes someone's accessing the system. Mm-hmm. So it's going to it's going to move over and check it out and probably find you unless you distract it. So really, Wisp, the question is, do you want them to delay the monster while you figure out how to nuke the plan, or do you risk yourself to do it faster?
I think we got this.
Okay.
Because I forgot about one thing, because this is a synth morph, or synth thing.
Yes.
I have a Dazzler.
Okay. Yeah, you can blind it.
Yeah, so I'll toss that out there.
Okay.
It's essentially the little training Jedi ball, but it's also a rave.
Yeah.
So it's shooting lasers right into all its camera lenses.
Yeah, I don't remember what book that's in, but
it's in. I set one of my bookmarks.
Okay,
because the Eclipse phase books are high quality.
They are.
They really are.
Not a sponsor.
For as long as a Dazzler is active, any camera system, visual, infrared, and ultraviolet within line of sight and within 200 meters is blinded.
Okay. Yeah, make an athletics or what is it? What skill check it is to throw a grenade?
I don't know.
I think I can't remember if it's thrown or if there's athletics.
I think it's thrown weapons.
Thrown weapons, yeah.
I don't have thrown weapons at all. That seems weird.
If you don't have a grenade, if you have I allow free running. I allow that.
What is free fall?
Free fall is maneuvering in zero gravity.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of
I'm super. I can fight in space, except for I can't fight.
I mean, you literally, that's pretty much all you are.
Profession contract killer.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
I don't typically use high yield weapons like that, but I know how to throw a fucking distraction.
Yeah.
So 43 out of 60.
All right. It is blinded.
Okay.
So
Go for it.
Sure. So
It starts blasting lidar, because that is not a gamma.
I fire an AP homing round at the laser.
All right, so you open. You were on level 2. You open the blast door to get down to level 3. Are you having the door closed behind you?
I can't just fire from level 2 since it's a homing.
That's the other choice.
I mean,
Okay. All right.
he did mark the target, for a reason. So yeah, I'm just standing in the doorway.
Negative 20 because your seeker missile is going to have its cameras blinded too.
Okay.
Yeah. It gets most of the solution, but it's got to do the last one live.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, I've got 100 of the damn thing, so I can afford to spam a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's more about the time.
Sure, that hits. That's perfectly fine. Flies right on in. AP rounds. So what's my bonus with AP with the AP round? I was thinking metal. Surely AP rounds do effect.
Yeah, I'm just looking up seekers. What kind of type it is? Yeah, it's single shot. It's armor piercing. That's overload, concussion, frag, high explosive, heap, overload, plasma burst, thermobaric. I have a first edition copy, so they've had multiple editions at first. I'll treat it as like.
Yeah, I'm on the kinetic table.
Yeah. They have armor piercing for kinetic weapons. I can see that. Oh, like armor piercing is -5. Oh no, the armor piercing I think is for your railgun actually. So let me look at your sheet.
That's
Here's
Underbarrel Seeker Launcher, 100 homing AP rounds.
Homing are bullets actually.
Oh,
Seekers
okay.
are. You have fragment micro missiles,
Oh, okay.
but you also have plasma.
that's cool. It's fine.
He did make the chip.
So I'll send a plasma.
Yeah.
So it's a
Frag
plasma round.
is
so.
-4 AP and it's 3d6 plus 10 damage.
Well, remember you got plasma grenades or plasma missiles from your.
Oh, he plasmed it? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Plasma burst is -6 AP and it's 3d10 plus 10.
All right, first off, it does get a chance to dodge because it has lidar, so it can still. It can paint the target with it. Actually, no. Maybe I don't think lidar would work because the lights of the dazzler would disable it. So
Because he's blind.
yeah. All right, so go ahead.
Blind, yo.
All right, so 3d10 plus 10. I'll borrow one.
16.
That is 28.
28 minus 10, 18, because it still has some armor left. All right, so
So,
one wound.
okay. I'm going to fire on it with a splash.
You already acted.
Okay.
You threw the grenade.
Okay.
So it's going to move. And it is going to attack the Dazzler, because I'm going to say that's the one target it doesn't have to. It knows where the Dazzler is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is going to pincher it. And it gets a critical failure.
Snap of the air.
I mean, it's tough. Like,
You know
it
what?
knows where it thinks it
Snappers
should
never
be.
went to Jedi training school, and they just can't
The
cope.
pinchers slam into the ground near the Dazzler. The Dazzler bounces away from it. And the pinchers rip off in its the pinchers rip all around. So
Poor thing.
well, yeah, don't necessarily feel too bad for it. So that's round one, round action one. Wisp. Let's see. You're spotted. It is trying to hack you. So are you going to let it try and hack you, or are you going to go faster? Well, if you let, you can either be safe and not let it hack you, but they'll have to fight it longer, or you can put yourself at risk and try and give yourself admin privileges. But if you fail that skill check, it'll hack you back.
Boys, I feel like you kind of got this. Am I wrong?
I think we're...
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start whipping up another Dazzler with Rosie's nanobot.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah, you can tell it starts manufacturing a Dazzler. It'll take it won't be done this fight. It'll take
Sure.
So go ahead and give me a hardware industrial check.
Okay. Yeah, 38.
Okay. With that, you can start. You realize you can basically put in order to do this with the level of control that you have right now, you have to put the reactor at near critical and then set a control to have it go critical at the last minute.
Okay.
So you have to start basically disabling all the safety mechanisms.
Okay.
And like click no, like yes, I know what I'm doing. Stop bugging me. Yes.
So there's a lot of pop-ups that I have
There's
to...
a lot of pop-ups, so it's going to take you some time.
Okay.
And it's still going to be unstable. But yeah. New round.
Okay.
We're going to keep the same thing.
Do what?
What's your speed? I assume, did you activate Neurokim?
No, I did not.
Okay.
So
You acted this, so that's it for you.
speed- Oh, it's acting on speed 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, speed 2. Did you activate your Neurokim?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right, so you have speed 3. Mm-hmm. So you guys had surprise over it, so you get to go first.
Okay. Is it still painted?
You do not have visual on it anymore because of the Dazzler.
Okay.
And it moved, so you no longer you have the line of sight.
All right. So so I open the door. I start sweeping, clearing down the stairs, and
All
head down
right,
the back.
that's free running.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm good.
All right, so you easily managed to get in the hallway with it. Give me a. This is also kind of terrifying, but let's see how your warrior willpower is. Lucidity check.
Where is my lucidity?
It's LUC under the second row.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, my lucidity is not very good.
Characters have to have weaknesses,
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm fine. That is a critical success, Ross.
All right. I'll give you a point of moxie. Yes, this is your warrior spirit. So for you, the Dazzler, it's you. Oh god, it's just a rave. You can hear it barely.
I mean, you're in a biomorph, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's synth morphs. Like, it's cameras that it hates.
Okay, that's true. It targets cameras.
Yeah.
But it's still bright and noisy. So yeah, you have a negative 20 shoot, but you can shoot it. So
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll just try and hit it again with the with the Seeker, because that thing does a hell of a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. 35 under 75.
Now,
or under 55 with my penalty.
It is aware of you, so it's going
Okay.
to try and fray out of the way. Let's see here. Fray's 40. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 35.
35. I got a 15, so you beat it.
Okay.
So roll damage again.
All right. So that'll be a 27, so minus 10, 17.
17, yeah. All right. It is got another wound.
So is it rolling out penalties now? Negative 2?
The first one actually sent points ignore the first one automatically.
Okay.
An Exsurgence, it has a mod that lets it ignore the second one. The third one will.
Fucking things.
Well,
I mean, fair enough. It's supposed to be a scary enemy, but damn.
all right. So you got the drop on it. It's going to move its second action. It repositions itself. It actually goes behind rows of machinery, and you lose sight of it. The Dazzler's blocking your any external thing you can see with your eyes which way it went, but it's repositioning itself. Give me another infiltration check.
Okay. Do I
What's out of-
understand what's happening?
I assume you're always trying to hide,
Okay,
and you did move out to throw a grenade. So.
that's fair. Oh. I'll be spending a moxie to turn that into a regular fail.
All right, so you're visible.
Okay.
Didn't make its check. As it got out of there, it has 360-degree vision, by the way. And
So do I.
and LiDAR, so it does see you. But it does not attack you this round as it moved out of the...
Blind.
It also has self-healing, so... yeah. Anyways. Well, the LiDAR works. The LiDAR's not a camera, so it's not destroyed by it.
Okay.
And it can use it as long as it's not in the Dazzler.
That seems legit.
So it moves out of there and it detects you with LiDAR.
Okay.
And it maneuvers itself to get within, crushing range of you.
Okay.
So that's its second speed.
Actually, quick. Well, now
Yeah.
even. Sorry, the chameleon skin I doubt is figured in here. Anyway. But,
It has
Yeah.
enough sensors
Yeah,
and
yeah.
LiDAR. So Chameleon is only a visual, not LiDAR. So
yeah, that's fair.
yeah. Let's see here. Speed 3. It's out of line of sight of you. The dazzler's preventing you from using non-line of sight things as long as it's going on. But you could free run to get in position to shoot at it. But actually, for free, you can move in position through it, but you'd be shooting through the machinery of the power plant. And you also realize you're shooting high explosives in a nuclear power plant.
So instead, I'm going to transition to the sword and go right in at this fucking thing.
All right, give me a free running check. If you make this, you'll have a plus 1d10 damage. If you critical speed, you'll have a bonus to your attack as well. If you fail, you won't be in range.
I'm fine.
Okay. Just a normal success?
Yeah, 35.
All right.
Under whatever.
Does sort of, let's see here.
It's a monofilament sword, if that matters.
Yep. That's -4 armor, piercing, 2d10. Plus 2, what's your sum?
My sum is 35.
35. So you're doing 2d10 plus 5 damage.
Okay.
-4 armor.
So that'll be 22.
22. Armor negating. So you negate its armor, so you get to do full damage on it.
Nice.
You hit its weak spot for massive damage.
Yep, pretty much.
Alright, so you're going to roll 2d10 plus 5.
Oh, I was rolling damage, sorry.
Oh, okay. If you roll the 22.
I was already rolling.
The free one needs to get in position.
Yes.
Now make a bladed weapons check.
My bad.
That's fine. It will get to try and dodge this.
Right. That'll be a 38. So regular success.
Okay. It will try and it actually will try and parry it. It'll try and grab your arms. With its pinchers. Or
It doesn't have
Yeah, I was gonna say,
pinchers.
pinchers
Well, it
are-
has its little roll.
yeah, all of its little claws. Yeah,
But it gets a 26.
So that's a success. So now I get to roll for damage.
Yeah, because it was not a critical success, it does have its armor.
Okay.
Which is 4.
No, I penetrate
reduced
4. He has 16.
So yeah, so it
okay.
is 12. So 2d10 minus 7.
Okay. So that'll be 2.
2? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, do I still get the plus 5 for me though?
That's you had plus 5, but
You netted
minus
it.
12.
Oh,
so-
okay. Got it. Yeah. So that'll be
Yeah.
a 2. Yeah.
All right, so it's taking a total of 37 damage. It's at 2 wounds. It's almost, let's see, 20, 14, 28, 28, 42. Yeah, 5 more points damage. It'll take its first wound penalty.
Okay.
So that was speed 3, so that's the end of the round. So this is now normal combat, so everyone roll initiative.
All right. Just roll 1 die.
1 die.
That's a 0.
I act on 16.
So does it.
I'm on 17.
Do I need to roll for this or not?
You're hacking, which is outside of this.
Okay.
So you made your industrial check. You're still doing that. But you have mental speed. You can actually do another
have
mental
mental
action.
Okay.
You realize you can try and hack something else to figure out what's going on. You could program. You could you basically glue you could attach a gun to a robot and send it in there.
I think that's a great plan.
All right.
Let's attach a gun to a robot.
Super glue.
Yeah.
Glock.
Yeah.
All right, so you can. I'll say you have another plasma pistol available. So you send in one of the little tiny robots. So do you have what do you have kinetic weapons or energy weapons?
Like on my list.
skills.
Yeah, because you'll be
skills.
using your skill for this.
I have electronics and robotics.
Beam weapons, right?
Oh, and
Beam
weapons.
weapons, sorry.
Beam weapons.
Yeah.
I have beam weapons.
Okay, so you send your robot down there.
Okay.
It's very fragile, so one hit will take it out, basically. But you
It's got a plasma gun on it. So that's cool.
you realize you can either do a normal shot. It's in melee, so it'll be at a negative 20 penalty to shoot at it while it's in melee. Or you can spend the round aiming at it to negate that penalty.
I think it will spend a round aiming.
Okay. So you're watching the fight going on. The ultimate.
I'm hacking.
You're hacking?
And I sent in a robot friend.
Yeah.
I am doing things.
You realize you have the basic idea of the hardware industrial cluster. You also think maybe you want to try and take some shortcuts make another check and go faster, or possibly fuck it up and re-enable some safety measures.
Preferences, boys?
You could let the good number
Slow
roll.
and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Let's just,
I'm just going to live
That's my
vicariously through my low robot friend.
There you go.
Okay. So speed 3 or
No,
speed 1,
we're-
yeah.
17.
Yeah, you're first. You're all in basically melee range with each other.
Right. So if you're in melee, are you still firing at a penalty?
Yes, I believe so.
I know that kind of sucks.
Well, you can negate that penalty with burst fire and full on.
Not with a sniper rail rifle that only fires semi-auto.
That's true. You cannot because it does not fire mini bullet.
But it's fine. I'll still just go ahead and fire 2 attacks out of that and hope one of them hits.
All right,
because reactive armor piercing means my AP is negative 21.
Yeah.
So
Ignore that armor.
basically, if it goes in, it fucking goes in.
They will get a fray check, obviously.
Yeah. So kinetic weapons is 65. 97 doesn't do it. So second one.
I should realize this is a large creature. You have plus 10 to hit it, so...
That still didn't make it to 97.
Yeah, no, it did not.
Or 94.
Nope.
Wow.
Well, statistically speaking, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
it's gotta happen.
So 16. You guys are going simultaneously.
Okay. What was the AP rounds for my railgun? What did that get me?
What type of railgun do you have?
An automatic rifle.
Automatic rifle. And,
Automatic rifle. AP negative 9, 2d10 plus 8.
Well, it also depends on the type of ammo you're using.
Well, yeah, the actual I have homing AP rounds for the thing. So.
Negative 5, damage minus 2.
So, the total would be negative 14 because
Yes.
it's adding your assault rifle plus the AP.
Okay.
So you would only have 2 points of armor.
And
So
your...
what do I get for smart magazine? Do I get anything?
That
like
means you can load multiple types of
okay.
ammo and just automatically switch them out.
Got it.
So
Okay.
if you had more than one type of ammo, you could just say fire these types around now.
And firing on full auto negates the close range you said.
There's a couple things you can use. Well, with burst fire, you can either fire a 3-round burst and get plus 10 to hit, or plus 1d10 damage,
Okay.
or do a full auto, which uses 10 rounds and gives you, or fires like half your magazine, and gives
I have
you
an
plus.
extended magazine.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So you can fire 4 times, I think.
Okay.
It gives you plus 30 to hit or plus 3d10 to damage.
Okay.
So you have plus 10 to hit from it,
Right.
but minus 20 because you're in melee with it.
Right.
You'd have to drop your sword too, because if you're switching that quickly. I like a switch, but
yeah. But
you can't sheathe the sword.
No, of course not. Yeah.
So you'll be at negative 10 to hit.
Okay. And so I could either get plus
30 to hit.
3d10 damage or plus 30 to hit the thing. Okay.
So you can
You
all
have
but
to
guarantee
choose.
you hit it outside of 100, I think. No, 100 is always a critical success.
Yeah, 99 is always critical
99.
fail.
Yeah, 99 is always critical fail.
Oh, that's good to know.
So there's always a 1% chance to take So yeah, it's do you want to do guaranteed damage or you want to gamble pretty good numbers for a massive amount of damage?
Yeah. That is the question.
We're 2 wounds deep and about to hit 3.
Yeah.
It's really good to get that hit in.
Yeah. No, I think I'll get my hit bonus at this point. So
Now it's attack roll up at the same time, so
right. So it could hit me as well. I understand.
well, it won't have a penalty on this attack, even if you do
Right.
hit it, because it's literally it's actually going to try and crush you both. It's going to slam down.
Okay.
Not its pinchers.
Nope.
So that puts me up to
What's your kinetics?
so 85
Yeah.
is what it puts me at. So
Have you spent your box yet?
I spent one of them because since I re-rolled, I figured fair
Yeah.
play, earlier.
Sure.
Yeah, you gave me the bonus one for
yeah,
being
that's
a
right.
badass. So
Yeah,
I still have
that's
one left.
Three moxie.
Not needed though. That's 39. So that's a definitely that's a hit.
All right, we'll try and
nice
fray.
hard to dodge one.
Nope. 92 does not fray.
Okay.
So your net 2d10 plus 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you are plus 8, but you're firing AP, so you're negative 2.
Yeah, 2d10 plus 6.
And 14 armor. pen. Yeah. Sorry, just reiterating.
So it has 16 total, so it's 2d10 plus 4.
Yeah.
Alright, so that nets me 21.
Total damage. Alright, let's see here. 8.
Pow, pow.
Alright, it's taking a total of 58 damage. It's still intact. It has taken a...
So 14. It's got like 2.
It has 2 wounds, yeah.
Well,
4
no,
wounds.
it's
Yeah.
taken 3 wounds.
Yeah.
But a wound is 25%, right?
Yeah. Its wounded threshold is 20%.
Oh, okay, it's fifths. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it
Its
had
wound
like 2 to
threshold is
4.
14, yeah.
Okay.
So it has 70
So it's
durability.
got about 18
Yeah.
hit points.
Actually, 12.
Durability,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So it will have a negative 20 penalty on future actions. However, it's going to slam both of you because you're both right under it. So this is going to be I'll do a separate attack roll for both of you. You can use Fray at full to dodge against this.
Okay.
Let's see, 41 on you, and that's a hit. And 86 will miss you.
Okay.
There's no way with Limber 2 I could just flatten to the ground.
That's a gamble.
It's between the pinchers, you see.
It is literally taking its body and trying to slam.
Actually,
down.
that's just going to be the cool thing. Like, if I make my fray, that's what I'm doing. That's a critical fail. And I'm out of moxie.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, I'll treat that as a critical hit on
Okay. Yeah, that
it.
happens.
So that is. No, I'll just treat it as a maximum roll. Or no, do you want a double damage or do you just want the full normal damage?
Double damage.
All right, because I could always roll badly.
You're Ross and you're rolling as a GM, so it could happen.
All right.
Boogity
this is-
boogity.
Yeah. All right. 2, 4,
Lord.
8d10.
Okay.
Fortunately, it does not have armor piercing on this, so this is obviously a kinetic attack.
I have kinetic 10.
All right.
Boogity boogity.
So you're gonna have a bad time. Let's see here. 18, 27, 37, 37 plus 6, 42, 45, 45 plus 11, 56 damage.
46. Wow.
Does that put you beyond your death rating, your DR?
Yeah.
Oh.
By 1.
By 1. Your DR? Or
Wait, you said 56?
Yeah, 56.
Yeah. Yeah, I only had 45.
Was that durability or death rating?
That's death rating.
Okay. His body is pulped. Both of you make lucidity checks. His
So,
cortical stack
since he
isn't...
did that crushing,
Yeah.
what about all the ammo in my...
ammo wouldn't cook off.
I did not
I
make.
did not make either.
Yeah.
I just thought it might be fun.
Well, it was a critical failure on your part. So, sorry.
We both
Nope.
failed.
Oh, you both failed. Okay.
That was
Seeing a
hard.
comrade getting ripped up.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Pulped. So that is 4 for you and 4 for you.
Okay.
Lucidity. And
That happened.
that did happen. So yeah, this is probably going to be nuke it from orbit and get the fuck out. Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
His cortical stack is still intact though.
Okay.
Because that has 30 armor and 30
So,
HP.
so
So
we're back to the top, so it's needed acting.
What
Yes.
about my little
Speed two.
robot?
your
We
speed.
actually did that on last one.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, you can take a shot.
Okay, he's gonna take a shot. What do I need to roll?
Beam weapon.
Beam weapon?
Mm-hmm.
No.
46 misses.
Just
I have, it's 40.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, your character is a cloud.
Yeah.
Like,
she's remote controlling the time.
robot.
yeah.
controlling. Yeah.
This is not what they planned to be doing today.
You're making progress. There's a bunch of warning lights and blinking things on there saying, "Warning! Please stop doing this. Please stop." Okay, keep doing it. I guess you're not going to stop.
So, same
ahead,
thing as
Jack.
last time, full burst. This thing just squashed one of mine. I'm going to slaughter it. So, man, I wish I hadn't wasted that. So that'd be a 2. So
Is that a success?
that's a success. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty easy to fray, though.
It cannot fray that actually, unless it rolls an 11.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, sorry, that's...
It's massively damaged.
backwards, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so go ahead and roll damage again.
Okay. So
2d10 plus 4.
Yeah. 16.
That destroys it. It actually falls apart.
So I scoop up my sword in his cortex and I book it.
All right, so you can just set you can just set a timer and evacuate everyone and get out if that's what you want to do. Clarice has another vehicle that
Feel real bad about the doctor down on the 6th floor.
Well, couldn't we
but
plug him into a different body?
you could sleep him into another body. That would be kind of freaky for him. There's roles for that to see how well he adapts to it. But yeah,
put him in the ecto.
no, you.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant the doctor.
You haven't gotten to the doctor.
Yeah.
No, but I
and
mean,
he's
like
about to-
you, we could put you into another one of these bodies.
That's true. Could you ask Samwise if he would mind stepping out for a minute?
All right.
Yes.
Someone's got to give me some kind of social test to do that.
Okay.
Social engineering?
No, that's
not what
that's
that
setting
does.
up.
Philosophy. I'm going to go philosophy again, Ross. Come on. Come on.
All right, at base though. No
At
bonus.
base, yeah, no bonus. No bonus. That's fine.
It's Kant's categorical imperative.
Is that? Yeah. What's your philosophical approach?
No. It's strict utilitarianism.
Okay.
I mean, you're a good security AGI, but this is a trained hunter. It's the greatest good for the greatest number.
All right.
Thank you, Bill. But yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's totally cool though. But that's great. I love it. Like,
You can plug him into a new ecto, and he can feed you that line.
I mean, yeah, that makes that's 23
All right,
under
make another
60.
lucidity check. Oh God, you just got squashed.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm a giant floating gun.
All right. Well, I fail.
Yeah.
But it's not critical.
All right.
Oh gosh.
It's 12 lucidity.
Oh.
Okay. So let's see. That's 2 more traumas.
Oh, you do have comfort though, so you can negate.
Except I'm in a.
Oh yeah, a repomorph.
Yeah.
You cannot use drugs.
Can I do programming, though? Programming comfort?
That's actually there's a skill called psychosurgery. You can
Oh,
actually use for
okay.
that.
I don't think I have
So if
that.
you fail, that's like literally editing the mind files of a person.
I don't
The
have
problem with psychosurgery is if
psychosurgery.
you mess up, you basically there goes your childhood. You know?
Yeah.
So I have 3 traumas, and they just instantiated me into a Reaper.
You did, yeah. Oh my God, that's a good point.
You're welcome, Ross.
So, do you want a moxie?
Yes.
Yes.
Both of you give me fray checks.
Is it condition 1?
Actually, no, just you, because you're just a bunch of.
I'm just a swarm.
Yeah, I can't hit you with bullets.
Is it ranged or?
It's just that you realize he's just spraying wildly. So.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. He's shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I get a bonus for that. Yeah. So. And I make.
Okay, you dodge out of the way.
Thrill seeking!
Yeah. So he empties the magazines in his weapons before he comes to. And the manor. Error, no breath detected. You do not have lungs. Reminder: you do not have lungs.
It's just going off.
Yeah. So yeah, you're a mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have the direct action mercs.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it.
He's in Sunward actually.
It's sitting here.
Yeah. In the back, he's like one of the first. I think he is the first regen.
Okay.
That. So
I mean, it's not likely to matter much at
Yeah.
this point, right, Ross? But
yeah,
anyway,
you-
I'm in a thing.
yeah, you can just get out of there.
Yeah.
With him in tow as a mess. And
At least
actually,
you got your new body, dude.
your ecto that is connected to the Manor's match does start pinging you like, please, let us discuss this. We can be civilized about this. Do not do anything in haste.
I shoot the ecto.
Okay. Well, they're saying try to talk to you, but yeah. No.
We made a lot of ectos, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Every
Many
time a
times.
message pops up, I shoot it.
Yeah. So you lead the death bot. Yeah.
He was
the
squished.
Aside. Yeah, you could just get out and nuke it as you drive away.
All right, so we
It's all Firewall can do to keep you from being caught by a patrol as like swarms of Martian authorities come because they can detect when a facility.
Nuclear launch detect.
Yeah.
yeah.
When there's a nuclear explosion, an underground nuclear explosion, they can kind of detect that.
I mean, we did evacuate all personnel that were still alive.
Except for that one guy all the
Except
way
for that
down
one
to the
guy
bottom.
who went evil and turned himself
No,
into
no, the one who had the little
Had a bullet
bell.
hole. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know for sure he was clear. That might have been a
Yeah.
Death traps in my Eclipse phase. It's more possible.
So
than
yeah,
you might
one thing
think.
is Firewall wants you to know, wants to ask. Are you sure these people are clear of the exertion virus? So do you want to like how much are you going to care about them? Are you going to like just do whatever, I don't care, or be like, no, these people suffer, we need to protect them?
There was one thing,
Yeah.
and I completely
I
forgot.
want to make sure they
like,
know my name.
We sort of lost the beam on the way through. I did want to make sure we got those infugees out of there.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say because you took the time, you got the ego bank of 500 people out.
So, on the one hand, right now I'm crazy.
Yeah.
On the other hand, my motivations are plus survival, which I'm going to interpret not as an individual survivalist, but rather transhumanity must survive, and Firewall's pretty important to that. And we just gave them a gift-wrapped box of 500 infugees.
Yeah. They have a lot of people that they can send them to habitats in the outer system where they'll get.
They should also know my name.
So how are you going to spend this Firewall? Yeah, are you going to like say, yeah, help these people whatever the cost, or like just like you don't care, you're going to move on to the next mission?
Here, have some agents.
Can we have her examine the video loops from the four that were abusing the others?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so a little justice, I think, is deserved. The rest of them, yes, take care of. But these...
Actually,
Oh, the people who are torturing that
I
person.
don't really have Simul Space Design listed, but I'd like to take a crack at it
All right, yeah.
with those guys.
Okay. So you keep them, teach them some justice. Yeah.
By the by, one of my other motivations is plus the hunt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
That's fine. All right.
Mine is plus fame in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
With plus fame, yeah. So it becomes actually. Firewall gets us like it's essentially the terrorist group known as Firewall, because on Mars the corporations don't like a secret group that are like shutting down their secret labs and stuff like that.
Weird.
And so they label you guys as the bad guys, and they say, oh, they blew up this nice. They were just building resorts and like testing them out. Well, nothing weird or evil was going on.
Yeah.
And they nuked it. But how? Look at that. That's dirty anarchists. Those dirty autonomists. That's how. So, but Wisp's name spreads as associated with it.
I would like a song.
So that happens. But of course, on the outer system, your names are spread around, and the 500 people have you to thank for their freedom, and
Such as it is.
yeah, and so you never find out what happens, what Dorsain's plan was, but they will keep investigating him and see if they can find out what he does. But next time there's a place filled with exurgents, they'll send you guys probably. Of course, you will have a lot of therapy to do with your, or maybe have your memories wiped.
Yeah.
Getting
because
crushed by a giant metal centipede is a little traumatic.
right. I think on that one, this might be weird, but like they reinstantiate me already, and then I'm like, maybe I'd just rather come back from backup instead. I don't feel any real need to remember this. I don't think there were any lessons learned here.
Okay. Which is still like having missing
long
memories
as
is
you
still kind of
remember my
traumatic,
name.
but not nearly as much.
Oh yeah, like we're already pals.
We're still teammates.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't
I
forget.
mostly take your word for it that
was
you
Dad, man.
bailed my ass out of grass. I feel like you're probably embroidering it a little bit.
We
I
have some,
would
we have
not
some,
do that.
We have some inside
Never,
jokes about
ever.
Reapers.
All right, yeah, that works.
Getting a little reapery over there.
Yeah, so I realized I made the facility a little too big to have as a one shot, but I did have more stuff planned. But
It was fine. It's only 10.
Yeah.
It's just things went real pear-shaped.
that's true.
And by 10 you mean 11. Because daylight savings.
daylight
That's the one clock in the house I haven't changed.
So question comes to question. Did you guys like the game?
No, this was a lot of fun. I like this.
I liked it a lot too.
I mean, it's.
I don't
it's
understand
thick.
a lot
I
of
think
stuff
actually
still,
doing a campaign
but-
sounds really fun, but like, holy crap, the amount of time spent to like properly build a character.
Well, so they actually do have a life path character creation thing where it's not just raw numbers. It's
You can say, like how were you raised? What did you do as a younger adult? And like what kind of careers did you go into?
I mean,
Like,
that's sweet, but yeah, like that's.
so there's ways to do that. So yeah, Renee, what were you saying?
I said I feel like there's still like tons of things that I don't understand, but I liked it. I had fun.
I've literally written for the game. There's stuff I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very big setting, and there's a lot of stuff in there. The best thing I found is just to focus on a couple things at a time. So, like, I didn't even touch on muses. Which is a whole thing.
yeah. Good point.
So, or asyncs, or a number of other things. I just kind of focus on core concepts for now. So, but I'm glad you guys had fun. So we'll probably do this.
So my experiences of Eclipse phase under Ross are meet interesting new life forms and be slaughtered by.
Just so you know, the vat in the vat center, they had corrupted it, and so the exurgents were growing these things.
Whippers.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that
there
was the
were
thing that also
whippersnappers.
tore up that one guy
Get
in the
it?
comm center.
Get it?
And you could be infected with the virus that turns any biomorph into one of these.
Yay!
Yep.
Except
And
not yet.
there, if you went down to the level 5, in order to get to the lab, first you have to get past one of these, which is called a jelly, and just engulf. Basically, it engulfs
Is
people
there
and
a
melts them.
peanut butter?
So it's really more of a gelatinous cube, just in space.
But this is intelligent, by the way, so it can think. And then this was locked up in there.
Is that guy peanut butter?
No, he's just a waste walker. And he was locked in a cell. He was actually just there. He was still trapped. But what happened to they're saying was he was infected with the Stockholm exurgent virus, which basically makes him crazy but still able to think. And what he does is like, oh god, I think these whippers and these things are beautiful, and I want to turn everyone else into one.
Yes.
And so he got infected by something. And so he's like waiting on there because he was also trying to make contact with the Titans, because the whole research facility, they'd actually taken a Titan war machine and were trying to reverse engineer it and hack it in order to find out what it knew about where the Titans went. Yeah.
we did the right thing.
Really did.
So, yeah, things went bad because their security measures to contain all this stuff kind of failed. And once it got loose, it went bad very fast.
It's almost like things that wiped out 95% of humanity aren't going to be containable by human security measures.
Well, you take
Arrogance of man and whatnot.
Yeah.
exactly.
Win some, you lose some.
So yeah, that was some basic scenario.
Nice. I like it.
So we'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.